All right, let's finally start this damn thing. I'm gonna cut this out once we get done with
Fair
this.
enough.
But yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a little bit to get this damn thing started. We have some technical difficulties, but we are ready to start. And as you can tell, this is an Edge of the Empire stream. Uh, this is the very first episode. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and introduce our characters going clockwise from the GM side. So, Lance, if you would.
Of course. All right. Well, my name's Lance. I'll be playing a human mechanic named Ileana Sabare.
Any other details, gender, and all that?
Yeah, female character, married, and yeah, that's about it for now. We'll introduce the rest to the story.
All right, I'm updating your background image.
Okay.
Very pretty background image. All right, next, please.
No, I'm Jonas, and I'm playing Leo, the Ali series repair droid that is now a slicer.
Good evening. I'm Commander Overkill, and I will be playing the role of Desric Milan, a trader pilot, maybe one day turn smuggler.
Trader pilot, one day turned smuggler. Now, we do have one more member, but he's currently doing an errand for family work, so he may be here around 2 hours in. And that was starting the time a little while ago. I'm actually getting. What am I doing? I got the freaking link right here. Go there. Go to the link. No, that's the wrong link. Okay, I don't have the link.
Way to lead us on.
We're learning.
No, I was copy and pasting all your stuff, so I copy and pasted the last link I thought I had, and it was the last picture I posted up. I want to go ahead and get to my live stream, see if the chat's working and all that, because I'm seeing a. I'm going to butcher that name. Let's just go by the last name.
We have.
Mans. Asking for a moderator.
So I guess for clarity's sake, I should clarify that Desric is an explorer, a trader. We'll see how his character progresses into the future.
Oh, it's the first time that I've seen this character.
Okay, Miran Mans, I believe that's how I pronounce it. Probably butchered it. Mahula family, you have been upgraded to moderator. And thank you very much for coming to mod the chat for this channel. Nothing right now. I don't even know if I'll ever get anything for this, but thanks nonetheless. By the way, for those who do join eventually, I'm saving all questions and stuff till the break and all that stuff, so I can focus more on the story. Didn't add you as a mod. Okay, there it goes. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things here, trying to multitask. I do apologize about that. But yeah, I'll try to save all questions till the break or something so I can keep going. I'll be moderating my own chat as well as help from the Mavula family. That'd be a first for me, man. Anyways, excuse me. Let's get this started. Okay, so where's that little booklet? I have prepared two openings. First one, the usual Star Wars screen. I'm actually going to attempt to. I got the music low. I'm going to actually attempt to play the opening Star Wars theme. Come here. It's loading. While I do this, as soon as it loads, you're not it. There we are.
Uh-huh.
That ain't it. There we go. So, hopefully this isn't too loud. I got it, the music set to 10. Anyway, Star Wars. Relics of a Time Past. The galactic civil war rages out of control, completely destroying the planet Alderaan, and the destruction of the Imperial superweapon responsible. The galaxy is facing a dark hour, rarely seen throughout its existence, yet everywhere life, honest and disreputable, goes on. Somewhere on the Outer Rim, old forgotten remnants of times past begin to resurface, each pulling at all that go near into a darker path. And that is the little opening. Let's go ahead and turn that off.
I like
let's do
it.
the Switchville theme. That'll do. Get rid of the search music cubes. Alright. Behold the system of Terrace. That ain't the ship I'm looking for. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Or did I already bring it out? Yeah, I brought it out. It's over there. So, System of Terrace. Or the planet of Terrace. Used to be an old... I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. It's Ecumenocopolis or something like that. I butchered that, I guarantee you. An old planet, much like Coruscant. It's just a major city, but this planet had water. Eventually, the water got polluted. Citizens went into different social statuses. And this is not the right theme. Turn that off. Too dramatic for this. And it's just been laid waste to multiple times. And it's now a ruinous marsh world. But over it, looming well into orbit, is an Imperial Star Destroyer. Just orbiting patiently. Crap. There's another thing I forgot. I don't actually have Imperial officers set down, but I think I can find them really fast. Pray that I can find them really fast. I know there's a package here that's got some Imperial officers right at the top. I think it may be the last one. Yeah, we'll just use the Imperial Commodore. That'll do.
Works for me.
Very, very high-ranking Imperial officers. Only the finest on public transport.
Oh no, it's on the bridge of a Star Destroyers. So we see this Imperial captain. Oh, let's lock that. This Imperial captain on his bridge. And let's load that. And walks this... Turn around. This Imperial officer. So he approaches the captain here and quickly gets his attention. Sir, Imperial Command has sent word that a person of interest is en route to our location. Our orders are to capture her alive for questioning. During all this, the captain turns around, addresses the officer, and says, how will she be arriving? Public transport? Her own? What other information do we have on her? And the officer pulls out a data pad and says, unfortunately, not much. All we have is an image, and that she is a human female by the looks of it. We do know that she will be arriving within the hour. Shall we begin preparations for a blockade? Captain snags the datapad. Excuse me. He snags the datapad and examines it, hands it back, saying, "Yes, yes. Prepare the blockade, as well as a battalion of troopers ready for planetside, and make sure they have a copy of this report. I want every officer looking for this woman." The officer takes the datapad back. "Understood, sir," gives his final salute and walks off. Before we leave the scene, we pan into the officer. The Imperial captain turns back towards the front of the bridge and peers out as the camera, if there was one, pans straight out back onto the planet below as all my pieces fly.
That's usually how it goes down with Star Destroyers, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay, I do believe Tough is... Someone's talking in our chat. Let's see, what's he saying? Yes, he'll join during break. I asked him to keep me updated as best he could. So, clearing the board. I was going to delete that, but I'm just going to put that back in its little pouch as soon as I shrink it. That is not his pouch. Usual issues with camera. Okay. So. Too big. Ah! Way too big. Hope I didn't knock too much stuff around.
So far, so
Just
good.
returned my token to me.
Alright, if everyone would place their tokens somewhere on the starboard side in these beds or in the lounge. Now, I don't believe I actually have a copy of his... No, I do not have a copy of Tuff's character portrait or figurine. He never gave me one. But he is actually on this place with you. There are also other passengers. It's a full cargo, or not cargo ship, but passenger ship. It's not primary passenger, it does some cargo too. It's small, inexpensive transport ship. It's just to get you to where you need to go. And right now, everyone is boarding at Corson. I would move this so everyone can see, but I can, as soon as we get all this done, I can show everybody the path. But everyone's loading in at Corson, and you guys take your positions anywhere on the starboard side. Now, as everyone gets ready to take off, the captain states that you guys will be arriving. The next stop is Terrace in approximately 1 hour. It is a fast lane. This is a special ship, souped up a bit. Probably it would take a lot longer than this, but story reasons, 1 hour.
For plot purposes,
Speed
1
of
hour.
Plot
Yep.
purposes, yep. And off y'all go. The next hour you spend whatever you're doing, talking to the other passengers, wandering the ship, maybe taking a nap. But 1 hour passes, and you arrive at the planet of Terrace. You begin to move down into orbit to land on the planet. And this type of passenger liner. 1 second. Sorry, I'm still not completely 100% from being sick. This type of passenger liner prefers to land at the planet, and there's no real reliable spaceport around Terrace right now, except for the one that's under Imperial control. Terrace is an Imperial planet, though it is on the outskirts. So, it goes down towards the planet, and it gets a ways. And I need all of you to do a coordination check.
I'm
Dun,
assuming
dun, the
this
first
doesn't
roll.
include me, right?
Pardon?
This doesn't include me, right?
No, not you.
Yeah, I figured.
Three success, one advantage.
5 success, 1 advantage
All right.
for
No
Iliana.
one has any advantage left over, but you all succeed. I didn't realize y'all's coordination was so high.
Succeed at what exactly?
From not falling over from the sudden impact that just hit the hull. And it hit hard. Everyone at this point should be on the port side of the ship. You hear not the port side, the starboard side. Well, it's just same place. Plot reasons. Okay. And the captain is blaring over the intercom. Everyone take some kind of seats. Stay away from the windows. For some reason, the blast shielding has not gone down on the windows just yet. You assume that it's busted. Whether or not it'll go down, you do not know. What is everyone's reaction?
Iliana is going to make for the nearest available chair.
Desric, who was already seated at the table, flipping through a magazine, is going to put his magazine down and look out the nearest, what we call the port.
The nearest, basically, window.
Yeah, whatever we want to call the window.
Off in the window. Fuck it, we're just gonna call it a window. No need for fancy names here. You all know what you're doing. You look out the window, and all you see is a large Imperial Star Destroyer heading quite quickly towards your direction. Suddenly, you hear a and the blast shields on the windows start going down. Slowly, but they go down. But just before they completely come down, you see TIE fighters roaring right overhead. They completely go down. Boom! The ship is hit once more. This time even harder. The captain is screaming everyone to get to the escape pods. The escape pods are at the back of the ship. These two little ports here.
So Desric is going to get up and he's kind of ticked. It's like, this is supposed to be a public transport. Why the hell is the Empire firing on a public transit?
Iliana?
Damned if I know. But you heard the man. Let's go.
So we'll make our way back to, I guess, this way towards the escape pods?
And this is the escape pods. They can hold 10 people each. As you get to one of them, the one on the starboard side is easily full, shoots off, unfortunately explodes not too long outside the tube due to one of the engines being bent over and smacking the pod right as it lobs out at a high speed. It's airtight because the inside door's closed, but that escape pod is gone. The people inside the escape pod see this and are now looking around at each other, wondering whether they should even try it. As another shot rocks off the hull.
Well, it's not going to do us any good to stay here. Let's get out of here.
Fine. Is there anyone sort of left in the passenger area?
The captain speeds past you and stops right
Okay.
at the edge of the cockpit and says, "You two, you are the last one. Get in."
Yes, in she goes.
I'm not even waiting for the captain.
Right as Ileana gets to the door, a shot comes from behind, lobbing her backwards out of it, as well as most of the passengers. Those who are stuck in it, and you're not in it, by the way, none of you are. The door closed again. The escape pod shoots off, and you and 3 others, the captain included, are left on this ship. No more escape pods. The captain
Oh.
dazedly looks up and says, "Find the nearest cover and hold on to your asses."
What's the state of the ship? Like, can this thing even be flown?
Captain says they took out both rear engines. All she has is braking thrust, and he's pushed her straight into the atmosphere, hoping to escape those shooting at us. He says there are a lot of ties out there,
Uh,
but that's all he
Captain,
can see.
are you the pilot? Who's the pilot of this vessel then?
The captain is the pilot.
Then someone should at least be using the braking thrusters to make sure we don't nosedive into the planet's surface.
He has it set up on autopilot. He tells you that, repeat, I have it set to autopilot. It will nosedive at the planet and veer up at the around the end. The engines will kick on, but it'll only slow our fall. I want us to try to get the ship down there as fast as possible, just to hopefully, if anyone is left on this survives, or give the escape pods a chance to live as the ties chase this.
Well, I'm not worried about the escape pods anymore, but anything forward of the in the nose section's gonna be a goner then. So we ought to get to somewhere central and supported. Desric knows from a little bit of his love of spacecraft and his own piloting skills that if they go in a nosedive, no one's going to survive if they're in the forward part of the ship. So he's going to get away from the engines and the kind of forward part. So like maybe one of these center rooms.
All these rooms are actual passenger rooms. They have bunk beds. There is a storage of blankets, something soft, but it's not going to severely hamper you when you crash. But if you somehow manage to survive, it could soften anything that falls on you, so long as it's not extremely heavy.
Where's the most like I want to look around and see like is there like a bulkhead space or like a reinforced part of the ship? Because the kitchens and the engine compartment are not a good place to be.
Yeah.
Roll your underworld knowledge.
Okay, underworld is 3 success.
All right. This is a situation. You've been in it before, but only once before. It's brought back a little bit of traumatic memories, and you fumble around a bit, but then it suddenly hits you. This guy, from the start, has not seemed to be the most on the right side of the law type of guy, and you suspect that there's more to his cargo than standard issue freight. You look around, and you immediately spot some areas around in here that strike you as there's nothing there, but it can be made hollow. It would be a good smuggler's cabinet somewhere around in here. So you go knocking around, and right here you find an open smuggler vent. It could hold 3 people. 2 people, however, if you put a lot of blankets to soften anything, if you so desire. Be better than smacking your head on straight Durasteel, though.
Okay. So it's Desric, Ileana, the captain. Who's left on this ship?
2 random NPC crew members. Not crew members, but passengers.
Okay. Well, for plot reasons, I will tell Ileana to grab some bedding from her bunk, and I will go grab the bedding from my bunk, and we will go sneak into the little smuggler's compartment while everybody else is hiding wherever they're hiding.
Okay.
Everybody else is just running frantically around, captain included.
Okay. So.
Okay. I was going to ask the captain a question.
Oh, if you yell it out, he'll hear it.
Right.
He is trying to take care of the ones on board. That is his main job, which he's actually doing quite admirably. But he's running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
All right. Well, I'll. What's your character's name again?
Desric Milan, Milan Exports. Pleasure to meet you.
Interesting introduction in this.
Nice
Now,
to meet you. I'll be right
pleasantries
with you.
aside, let's get.
I'll be right with you, Captain.
Yes. What?
If you don't have an engineer left, give me access to your systems.
Yeah, sure. Are you qualified? You know what? Screw it. Runs over to a little computer panel right about here. Throws up the access code, just opens everything to everyone. There's like, fuck it, this thing's going down. All right. I just opened everything up. Just, if you think you can do something, try it, but I suggest you find someplace to hide fast. You have about 5 minutes.
Fair enough. Okay, so she's going to take a look at the
sudden
systems.
rock. But this one wasn't a blaster fire. This one is you're bounced on the atmosphere, and the ship is starting to veer up.
Okay. So she's going to take a look and see what's left as far as propulsion, and see if there's any way to kind of whatever is left, try and get it to perform a little bit better to try and cushion the landing when they come down.
Okay. Roll mechanics.
Okay.
FYI, guys, I am kind of dragging this out just a little bit. Because, like I said, another character is on here, one of our player characters. I forgot to mention that. Everything's going on. He's not here right now. But one of the random NPCs I said is actually not so random. But does seem to know what she's doing. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Very cool. 2 success, 3 advantage, and a triumph.
You lose one of those advantages, so you're flying over the controls, rerouting power systems. You quickly find out that the rear engines are completely gone, so you completely reroute the power to those to the forward thrusters, and then any excess power, life support, you're not gonna need it. And everything else that's useless, shields are gone, so you can't put those anywhere. But the strafing thrusters. Once these things fire and they go full burn, they're going to explode after about a minute. This isn't going to be a massive explosion, but it will disrupt some of the whole integrity when it lands. It's going to fall to pieces more, but as it crashes, it's going to kind of cushion itself to anybody who's away from the initial area of impact. So it'll slow you down and cushion the fall a bit more. You've done all you could, trust me.
All right. So yeah, if Captain's nearby, she's just gonna brief him best she can.
He gets the brief. one of the passengers, she seems to have found a compartment, not a smuggling compartment, but a compartment, and she's doing what y'all are doing, grabbing blankets and tossing it in there, but only she can fit in there. The other passenger just seems to have given up and is literally just watching the ground rise from the viewport. The captain grabs this individual and throws them into a corner, and just, there are some straps. He tries to strap him in, do everything he can, and then he just...
So Desric is watching this all happen and seeing the captain try, but realizing it's kind of a futile effort, and noticing that Ileana hasn't joined him, is going to push out past his survival instincts and his better judgment and get out of the little cubby hole, his smuggling hole he's put himself in, to go find Ileana. You have 2 minutes. Unless you made this thing flyable again, get down.
All right. Well, yeah, she's going to take his advice this time and move for that spot.
So we're just going to kind of dive into the little hole. Desric's tried to make it as, I guess, less painful and sharp edges as possible with pillows and blankets, but it's it's a hole with a grate over it.
All right, so you get in the hole, you get the grate on. I'm assuming you put something above your head just in case the grate falls.
Yep.
Captain's dove into one of the rooms, and quite literally in a bed, just wrapped himself in the blankets. And you'll wait for the inevitable impact. It is slow and agonizing as you hear the sounds of this ship, now in atmosphere, shriek through. Boom, boom, boom. Just the sonic booms of you flying at such high speeds, and suddenly the sound of all the thrusters just blaring. Just straight up, well over safety limits. And then the explosion and it rippling across the hull, weakening the structural barriers. And then inevitable crash. You're all unconscious. Alright, please move your tokens. Wrong direction. I have no idea where it goes, but it can stay there.
Fun fact, boys and girls, when ships explode, they get much, much larger.
Alright, FYI, Tuff is in chat, but he's muted. I am going to assume he's just listening to us. Hello, Tuff.
Hello.
Hey, Tough.
Okay, so everyone who was wondering where Corson is, it's right here. Terrace is here. And how I was doing it is there, at some point in the line, they come on the southern end of the Hadean, if I pronounced it right, the Hadean, I'm assuming, way, and they're either heading to Terrace or somewhere past. But as you might have guessed, there was an attack. Everyone crash lands on Terrace. Also, for the fans of Star Wars, for the life of me, I could not find much information on Terrace, about Terrace, or even a freaking map besides the KOTOR, the Star Wars Galaxy, or not Star Wars Galaxy, but the Star Wars, the Old Republic. So I literally just grabbed a swamp map. Something. And we're going to make this work.
Fair enough.
Alright. You guys wake up, unsure where you are. Slowly, you just wake up. And you hear hissing. Just weird hissing. Not like an animal, so to speak. It seems to have patterns. Now, if any one of you know, it would probably be Desric. Maybe Ileana knows this. She's probably been around too. But as you become two, you realize this hissing is coming from a Trandoshan. I take it one of you at least know Trandoshan. I have no idea what
Uh,
your speech is.
I know what a Trandoshan is. Desric does not, however, speak the Trandoshan language.
He hasn't come up on him in all of his trades and all that.
He has, but normally when he's trading with them, they're using one of the trade languages, basic Huttese or something along those lines.
What about
Bachi maybe.
what about Ileana?
Um, I could go with maybe she's got a basic understanding, but isn't really fluent. Certainly can't speak it, but maybe can understand a few phrases here and there.
Yeah, speaking it is pretty hard unless you're that. But let's give her more than a few phrases. She can do business, but complicated things, no, out. I'd say moderate
Okay,
knowledge, and it's kind of needed.
that works.
1 second. So you hear it speaking. I can't do it very well, but that's
Jesus,
round.
that's spot on.
It's about how they sound like. And Ileana, you begin to hear. The Imperial's gonna make me rich. I'm going to be able to get off this planet and buy a nice house back on Trendosia. And he's running around. The salvage on this thing is worth so very. I'm not even going to do the accent at this point. The salvage on this thing is worth so much. And the Imperials are going to be very happy that this ship remained decently intact. Maybe there's some survivors. Both escape pods were destroyed. Hopefully there's some survivors still left on. And as you begin to hear clink, clink, clink as he starts chunking things and digging through. You guys are both beginning to stir and begin to realize you can move, and there is some room to move, and this guy is talking. Desric, you have no idea what he's saying. I don't even know what you think he is just yet. Ileana?
From Desric's limited interaction with Trandoshans, he believes that most of them are bounty hunters or like these sports trophy hunters that hunt other species for sport. So he's going to be very leery of this large reptilian.
You haven't seen him yet, but you can hear him. Ileana, you can actually understand what he's saying. And he is talking. The Empire is going to pay good money for the salvage. And if there are any bodies or even survivors on there, even more.
Yeah, she's not having any of that.
And what does she do? She's currently kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Desric's foot is currently lodged near the side of her head.
Okay, she's gonna tap his foot kind of gently with her hand and try and get it sort of out of the way, but quietly.
So
Desric, you do feel it, but you're kind of bent over and kind of around. She's almost completely vertical and straight. The way you hopped in and got her in, you just bent, and the crash bent you further. One of your feet's by her head. You're kind of bent around her torso.
So I'm trying very unsuccessfully to do space yoga.
Yes. Of the kinkiest kind, basically. And not your fault. It is the crash. And what are you going to try to do? You do feel her knocking, but She hasn't said anything.
Desert's like still coming to. He hears the noise being made, and he figures this is probably not a good time to be making a lot of noise. At the same time, he's got to try and right himself, at least so he can be sitting in this space rather than like half bent over.
All right, what are you gonna do? Just
Uh,
move.
yeah, like move. I don't want to knock the great. Like, am I like upside down? Like, I know I'm bent in like in half, but like, where's my like head and
You're still
torso
kind of.
oriented?
You're still kind of dazed a bit by the sudden impact, but you kind of can't tell which way's heads or tails. What's up, down. You have a guess, but it's still kind of hard with the way you're wrapped around right now.
I think I hit my head, and he's like trying to uh just roll to be in an upright position. He just wants to get upright and get a sense of which way he's oriented.
Okay, so with all the padding you threw in there and the sudden crunch up of the space of the cabin, the room is now even smaller. So, roll for athletics.
Oh yay!
I see a red hand. Hey, Jonas.
Hello.
Can you actually see through this?
No, I can't see a thing.
One success, two advantage.
Okay, so you do your best to move around and not really make too much noise. Unfortunately, with as cramped as it is, she's kind of in the way, and your head's still boom, 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 and then you're not sure where the gravity is. You move, and you fall. What you think is upward, and you fly through the grating and onto the ground. And Ilyana goes with you.
Oh, jeez.
do your athletics as well, please.
Do I need to make a
awesome.
second check?
Ilyana.
Okay, Roger.
Two success, one advantage.
Okay, so you're caught off guard by the fact that it's just a sudden drop, but after hearing the Trandoshan, you're more alert. And as the grating above what you think is above your head opens and you fall outward, Desric falls first. You kind of catch yourself a little bit with your arms, but you slide out. He hits the ground first. You land right on top of him.
Ooh,
But
glad I could break your fall.
but you basically land sitting because you flipped yourself just in
Jeez.
time. Desric, take 2 strain.
Sorry. Shh.
The Trandoshan.
Oh, it's
Trandoshan
okay.
perks up.
Please get off.
Sorry, the Trandoshan.
If you guys want to continue your interaction, I can. I can wait. It's actually pretty funny. He's yelling, "Get off! Get off!" And you're just kind of still sitting there.
Yeah, she'll try and get off and just finger to her lips and
Yeah, Desric is at this point completely forgotten there's anyone else there and is just hoping and praying he didn't break a rib.
Wasn't that far of a fall?
Oh. Yes, but then someone fell on top of him.
Yes.
sitting no less.
I'm pretty sure she's light though.
Yeah, but momentum.
True. We'll say a pillow came with you.
Silver linings.
He did get one advantage, so yeah, pillow. Anyways, Desric's still kind of moaning. Ilyana's like, shh, pretty much. The Trandoshan actually hears the sudden crash. It kind of stops a second. And goes back to digging. He's thinking it's just still settling, but he could have sworn he heard a voice. But now he just hears what sounds like metal groaning. What'd you guys do?
Okay, Ileana's going to take a look around. She's not quite sure what she's going to do about the Trandoshan yet, but she certainly doesn't want to be unarmed. So she's going to look around for any kind of piping or something she can use as an improvised weapon.
Go ahead and do a perception check.
Meanwhile, Desric is just checking to make sure he doesn't have any major injuries, and then his immediate thought is, we have to get off this ship.
What is his medical? 2.
So do a medical check.
No, I'm just going to say you passed this one. No point,
Okay.
because you're not injured, but you're bruised.
Okay, I feel like I'm burning my good luck here. 3 success, 1 advantage.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah.
it's a good thing, too, because you get like two failures. And a threat. So, how many advantages did you say you had?
1 advantage.
Okay, so you only have 1 success. There's improvised weapons all around. Pipes. There's some like pipes, wires, and sharp pieces of wood, Durasteel that you can tie up and probably make an improvised axe, or just use the thing as a club. There's improvised weapons all around you. You don't see any good, actual, real weapons. Did you actually come with one?
She did not.
Okay. However, the Trandoshan, you could tell was outside. You just couldn't tell from where, especially in that little hole. But now that you can, you're outside and you can tell from where. He's not far from you. But there's still a bit of hull plating between you and him. He seems to be coming in from one of the passenger quarters that you're nearby on the starboard side of the hull. As soon as he breaks through the outer hull, he's going to see you. And there's so much caved in, you're not going to be able to go anywhere too quickly.
Okay. Well, she's going to carefully grab a couple of decent-sized sections of pipe, essentially a little more than clubs, and carefully hand one of them over.
Desric will take it and then kind of look at her sideways like, do we even know if he's hostile?
How loud do you say that?
Whisper, sorry, RP that. Do we even know if there's anyone hostile on board?
You don't actually have to whisper when you talk, so long as you say you whisper beforehand, just to make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Copy.
And same with yelling.
Yeah. Ileana is also going to keep her voice low and just kind of paraphrase what he's talking about with the Empire and salvaging people and resources and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, he's digging, and chances are the Imperials are on the way.
I got no problem with the Imperials, but I don't want to be anyone's bounty, Desric whispers back. All right, let's knock him out and get out of here.
What about the others?
Well, we'll have to check on them after we deal with this wannabe bounty hunter.
Fair enough. So, yeah, I guess we're going to try not to kill him.
So, Desric is not super well versed in combat, and he's gonna kind of let Ileana, since she went hunting for weapons, take the lead on this and just kind of follow her. Like, I guess we're gonna take up positioned somewhere to ambush this guy, or what's the plan?
Well, if he's looking to kind of come in through the hull, like we don't really have too many options to hide. So about the best option would be to me, guess where he's going to come in and be ready to bonk him on the head when he does get through.
Okay, so Desric will point to an opening and quietly move to whatever side is opposite of Ileana.
All right. You get to near where you think you said you're gonna get near where he was gonna come out, and just be on opposite sides of each other.
Yep, based whatever opening we think he's coming in, we're gonna kind of one of us on either side of that.
Okay. I was actually checking on his inventory real quick. I actually don't see an inventory for Ileana, so if you would correct that while I do this part.
I can do that.
Thank you. Okay. You get to where it sounds like he's gonna come through, but with as much debris and with the way the ship has broken itself apart, you're not too sure where he could break through at. Where there could be a small hole, a large hole, perhaps it snakes away around. You don't know, but you put up where the sounds are coming from. And both of you got your pipes ready. The sounds of digging through metal just get louder and louder and closer, and suddenly clink. This won't do. Clink, clink. Oh. Guess I'll have to get my torch. So, you hear him walk off. He gets to somewhere. You hear a lot of rummaging around, and he comes back and you hear as the sound of a plasma torch is turned on.
Desric is gonna like jump away from wherever that heat is coming from. Are we in a confined space?
You're inside of a crash ship. It's pretty confined, but
Oh
it's
boy.
there's I'd say about you've got some decent ways to jump back, but still to stay around where you think he's coming through and be away from the cutting torch, it's going to be rather hard. You're probably going to get burned.
So Desric's gonna hushly, we have to get away from that thing. That thing will cook us in this confined space.
You start seeing sparks coming from the wall.
Desric, I want to look for like a way out, kind of like do a perception check, see if there's any like openings or any way to slide out.
Go ahead.
Perception is bum, 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 bum. Well, there's a lot of advantage there. That's 2 success and 4 advantage.
Okay.
Nice.
So, it doesn't take you long to take a look around the room. It's just trash. There's hull plates everywhere. You figure if you could get out, you're going to be noisy. There's no way you're going to get out quietly. And it's going to take quite a bit of moving to get out.
Do I see anything I could use as kind of a shield, a heat shield from the torch?
Only thing around is Durasteel plates.
And that thing's cutting through them.
Yeah. It'll melt through it. But
it's just something we can like shield ourselves from the blast a little bit.
oh yeah. You can definitely put a plate on front of you.
So Desric's gonna motion to Ileana over to a plate and just not really try to move it, but just lift it up enough that they can duck behind it.
Alright, does Ileana go with?
Yep, she's all on board with that. Let's do it.
Alright, so as y'all hide get under this door steel plate panel. You hide behind it, and it takes him a minute to cut through the plate he's going behind, but he eventually cuts the area where it's stuck on. Clunk. Hits the ground. You hear the torch turn off. Him just walk in. Wow, this ship did go down pretty hard, but I'm surprised it's this intact in here. Don't see any survivors. A body. Looks dead though. Imperials was
So
to know
as he's
about it.
as he's whispering and talking, Deseric's gonna kind of mouth to Ileana, "We should take him while he's still surprised, while he's got the goggles on."
The goggles are off, by the way. He took them off as soon as he turned it off, but you don't know
Ah,
that. I shouldn't have said that. You don't know that. Either way, what are you guys doing?
okay. There went my idea for surprise. Surprise him when his goggles on. Okay. Well then, RP this. He's looking at somebody else. He should be turned away from us. Let's see if we can just get him now.
Yeah, she's gonna give a nod. Basically, right now, this is about as good as they're gonna get. So, let's see if we can get to him in time.
Alright, so y'all are
So
gonna jump out.
maybe not jump, but just as quickly and as quietly as possible, run up to him while he's, or run up behind him while he's like checking this body. Oh, I should let Ileana tell me what he's saying because I don't actually know what he's saying.
Yeah, as quietly as she can, she's trying to kind of translate what she understands without making too much noise in the process.
While y'all are doing this, you begin to hear movement. He doesn't seem to be walking too fast, like he's surveying the area.
Well, we're kind of already exposing ourselves and committed to dealing with the Trandoshan. Let's deal with the Trandoshan first, and we'll worry about the next problem after that.
Okay, how y'all want to do this?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking if we both just kind of let the plate go, that's kind of going to give away our position. So, part of me's thinking one of us needs to kind of keep the plate there for a bit while the other moves into position.
Alright. It's going to need to be a stealth check.
So,
Thezric's
yeah.
kind of stealthy. He's not super brawny.
I think we're probably in the same boat there.
Okay, so let's
Right.
not overthink this. Desric is going to
Okay.
feign some chivalry here, and he's going to go after the Trandoshan and leave Ileana to keep the plate from making a lot of noise. And he's going to be petrified with fear the whole time he's doing it.
Sounds good.
Here we go.
Alright. So Desric loaded, or roll a, you know what to roll.
Stealth?
Yes.
That appears to be 5 success and an advantage.
Damn.
Very well rolled.
Okay.
I was nervous for a minute. It looked like triumph, and then it looked like blank, and I'm like, what's it gonna do?
Alright, so you begin to move around the guy after you come out. Ileana is holding it, but let me actually check her brawn. What is your brawn? That?
Not
And
much.
his brawn is... Okay, so... While Desric seems to be stronger than Ileana, it's mostly due to his slightly larger frame. There it is. It doesn't say. Derp. And so I'm multitasking here, sorry. So as he comes out, sudden weight of the Durasteel platform catches Ilyana, but she manages to keep from slamming back. However, she is rather pinned at the moment. As Desric sneaks around, suddenly something falls off right behind him. He bumps something. Luckily, he's behind another piece of metal, so when the thing falls, the Trandoshan immediately turns over to that area and just sees, tubing just swaying. Looks like it's just barely held together. He brushes it off as that. But he does start moving in that direction, curious to see what fell.
So is there like at a point in his walking over that this reptilian head comes into Desric's view that he can swing at it?
You still have more places to walk around, but if you want to wait until he gets there, sure.
Yeah. Let's not push the stealth luck. Let's wait for him to come into view if I'm in a concealed position.
He begins to walk over and stops literally just outside of it. You know he's there. If you pop up, you could swing, but if you do so, you're taking a huge, rather large setback to that because you can't see him. You only have an idea. He does kind of look around. Do you actually want to do anything while he's here, though?
If I can't see him, no.
Okay. So as he's looking around, Ilyana, which way are you facing?
She would probably have been focusing on the plate, which, since we oriented it toward the torch, it's probably sort of in their general direction.
Okay, so you're facing basically the direction Desric left to, right?
Yes.
Okay. You see the Trandoshan
Okay.
as he's surveying the area. He loses interest and his head begins to turn in your direction.
Okay, she's gonna try and duck back behind the plating, hopefully without making too much noise, and she needs to, not be pinned by this thing, so she's gonna quietly take that pipe that she was using for a weapon and see if she can use it to kind of brace the plate, keep it from falling over further.
So you're gonna brace the plate before moving.
Well, yeah.
That would be an athletics roll.
Okay. Two success.
My rolls really suck today.
That's okay.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
As you do it, you pin it just right. Unfortunately, because of how heavy it is and how strenuous this work is, and the fact that you are on a time limit, you forget yourself. And as you set it down, you catch your fingers. Like 3 of them.
Ow. Okay.
Yeah, the full weight of this, the weight on it is crushing. So you either push it back off, you're gonna suffer strain. You're gonna suffer 5 strain.
Ouch. Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna have to give it a shove. I don't think
Now,
you'd be able to
here's the
contain your
thing:
reflexes
with that
there.
5 strain, yeah, and that sudden crush, can Ilyana keep her quiet?
I doubt it, but let's try it. I don't know what you roll under.
Discipline.
Oh, good. To success.
Okay, so try as she might, she can't help but let out a yelp and move the thing hard. The thing hard to get her hand out. So she made an audible yelp, and then clank. The Durasteel plate slams up against it, and she drops. She's not pinned anymore, but she's now below it, and the Trandoshan is now staring directly at her.
So Desric is going to hear the sound and realize it's probably not something good, so he's going to forego the stealth approach and immediately stand up to see where the Trandoshan is.
You stand up to see the Trandoshan, and he doesn't see you. He's suddenly startled by this, and he jumps back quite hard. He wasn't expecting anyone to be alive, let alone seemingly hiding from him. But he's kind of back into the corner. His arms are raised up in front of him like, whoa, what the hell?
Can he see me?
He hasn't quite spotted you yet.
Is he close enough? Like, is he close enough that I can hit?
Not within striking distance.
Crud. I don't know what to do here.
I have an idea, but I can't say anything.
I don't know. Believing that he's not been noticed, and can Desric tell if Ileana's severely hurt or only a little hurt?
You're currently facing the Trandoshan. If you determine that, you're going to be facing her, which the Trandoshan will see you.
Okay, well, screw it. Go big or go home. Desric's going to be the big damn hero, so he's going to rush the Trandoshan and swing at his head as hard as he can with his pipe.
Okay. So you're hopping over something, running at the guy, and then taking a swing.
Yeah, I guess if he's that far away.
Alright, roll your melee.
I assume that's brawl.
Are you swinging the club, or are you swinging your fist?
I have the pipe that Ileana gave me.
Okay, that's melee.
Oh, okay, got it.
Brawl is you punching him.
Got it. Well, I guess it doesn't actually matter, does it? Ooh, one success to advantage.
So you end up leaping straight over this thing. He doesn't even see you. He's still taken aback until it's too late, where he gets clocked right upside the face. He spins around and lands on the ground near where he came in at, but he's not down. He picks himself up. He's sliding backwards on his butt, and he's holding his hands in front of his face. Just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you attacking me?
Is he speaking in basic now?
No, he's still speaking Trandoshan.
So Desric,
You
not
do
knowing
still
what.
see him cowering, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's backed up in a corner, and he's got into a ball, and he's got his arms and hands in front of his face. He's obviously not there for a fight.
Okay, so I guess Desric will then just, without turning around, Ileana, are you okay?
Bloody nerve herder. Yeah, she's
Well, you're swearing. That's a good start.
I'm all right. I don't think he's looking for a fight right now. I can't really see from over here.
So Desric's going to take a step back, but kind of keep this guarded posture, as if to indicate to him not to move. He's like, do you speak whatever this Trandoshan? What do you speak its language?
More like understand. A few words here and there, enough to know that he's asking you to stop.
And in the meantime, he's still hissing. Why did you hit me? Is this your salvage? I'll leave. I'll leave if it's your salvage. Just don't hit me.
So Desric, I guess, will kind of relax his posture a little bit, and then to the Trandoshan, do you speak Basic?
He opens his head, or opens his arms and looks at you. He says, in a poor tone, "Yes."
Okay.
I can try and translate for him. She's gonna try and move that plate again.
Are you still pinned?
Actually, sorry, she was somewhat not pinned, right?
Yeah, she could crawl out. When
Okay.
the plate was coming down, when she pulled out, she went down because of the pain, and the plate slammed above her. It didn't catch her.
Okay, gotcha. Yay, the bracing did its job, kinda. All right. In that case, she's gonna carefully crawl out so it doesn't, dislodge the piping, and
Oh
careful not
no! The
to injure
piping's
her
not
hand
there.
further.
It's land up against the wall, the Durasteel plate.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So yeah, she's gonna try and be careful not to injure her hand further and get out from underneath.
So since this Trandoshan has indicated it at least understands Basic, if somewhat butchers it, uh, Desric's going to uh, no, I don't know what Desric's going to do. Are there any others?
He looks up at you. That's me.
Did you find any survivors?
Ooh.
So I'm guessing he means the two of us. I gesture or call Liliana over. Well, the ship's not on fire, and he doesn't look like he's actually willing to put up a fight to take captives. I say we get out of here. Leave him to it. There's nothing of value on here anyways.
Wait. Wait.
I assume he
Is
wants
that
to say something.
wait or
Well, you've asked him to speak Basic.
okay?
So yeah, what?
Ooh, need help?
I think he's asking if we need help. You can speak your language. I'll translate what I can.
Okay. I came here to salvage ship and to look for survivors. Do you need help? Are any other survivors?
Uh, so I'm gonna look over at Ileana and I said, I don't think you came here looking for survivors. I think you came here looking for bounties.
Do you suddenly speak Trandoshan?
No.
Oh, but she's
Yeah.
sorry. I assume she's translating.
Yeah, Ileana will paraphrase what's being said, and she'll respond with, "You were talking about Imperials. What are they? How are they involved with this?"
They're wanting the salvage. They're wanting to know why this ship was attacked and if there was anyone important enough to be attacked on.
You mean the pure? Oh, sorry, out of character again. Okay, go ahead, Jonas.
Yeah, try to stick an RP to at least summarize what he's saying. Or you can just speak directly to him and then summarize everything back to him.
All right. He said that he came here looking for survivors, looking to help. But he was talking about the Imperials earlier. How were they involved with this?
And he states, the Imperials sent word that they were paying anyone who could come out here to find the salvage, find any bodies or survivors, so they can figure out why this ship was attacked.
So apparently the Imperials are basically saying they didn't shoot us down, which would be incorrect.
Well, we don't know that for certain, but it sure as hell looked like they were shooting us down.
He gives you a puzzled look. The Imperials said it was pirates, and that they were coming to assist the freighter. Was that not true?
That's not how it looked. But then again, I only saw it one side.
And you definitely felt it.
Well, if truth be told, I'm not really interested in finding out one way or the other, pirates or Imperial. I was just looking to get a ride to Terrace, and well, I'm on Terrace. So, what's the nearest city? I'm gonna ask the Trandoshan.
Wait. You don't understand. They're paying a lot. If you go, I could have it with you.
Let me get this straight. You want us to turn ourselves into the Imperials for whatever it is they're offering?
They're only wanting to ask questions. Again, the ship was attacked by pirates just out of the blue. And it was particular to this planet. They want to know if there was anyone or anything important on board.
Well, I have no problem with the Empire, but I also don't have time for this distraction.
If I say I came here and two got away, they're not going to be happy.
What if you just found two less?
They have the
Oh.
manifestation logs, and they've already counted all that were on the escape pods. Most of the bodies were torn, but they were able to do tests on DNA.
Why is the Empire so interested in public transit?
The pirate attack came from this surface. They want to know if it's some form of rebellion. Or perhaps just a random attack. That's what they say. Why would the Imperials lie?
I don't know. I just know that that's not what it looked like from where I was sitting.
Same here. I don't know. I've got onto the planet I came to. I'm ready to leave.
Anything else to say? Or do?
No. Except, Desert's gonna turn to Ileana. Doesn't seem like this one's going to keep his lips sealed about us being here. Is it going to be a problem if the Empire knows you were here?
Not so far as I know. I'm a mechanic. I haven't done anything to piss off the Empire.
Well, I'm a trader and the Empire's my favorite customer, so no problems here either. As far as I'm concerned, let's leave this dump. Wreck.
The Trandoshan stands up. It's not safe here on Taris. The Imperials won't take long to get here. They can land a shuttle, take you where you need to go. You don't want to be out on Taris by yourselves. It's very, very hostile. Have you not been to Taris before?
Never outside a spaceport.
I haven't. We've traded through the system before, but never at this location.
Do you have transport?
Yes, but it can only carry two. It's cramped. Around this time, you suddenly begin to hear a moan, and it's not coming from the three of you.
I thought he said there
Very-
weren't any other survivors.
Well, he did just get here. She's gonna go check out the source of the moan.
Yeah, he just looks at you. He's like, yeah, I got here not long ago. I just got in the ship. The moaning is still incoherent, and they're not awake. It's more like they're groaning in their sleep, like when someone is just really out of it in pain and they're still unconscious. You follow the moan, and it's coming from this cubby hole right in front of you.
Well, that's weird. I don't remember anyone climbing in there before the crash.
You know what? We can't leave these people. We have to figure out who's still here.
Do a perception, please.
Both of us, or just Ileana?
Both.
One success, one advantage.
Desert.
Stand by one.
Perception.
Hold on. Strange things are happening at the wall.
What?
All the dice got stacked up on the wall. So that's one
One success.
success and two advantage.
Okay. So you get a. You're both at the cubby hole, right?
Yes.
Okay. As you see the cubby hole, it's it's banged up, but it's still openable. It may take a little bit of elbow grease, but you still hear the moaning from inside just every so often. There is someone inside, and they are alive.
Desert's going to look at that and realize he's probably not strong enough to get it open, and so he's going to motion over to the Trandoshan. Can you get this open?
The Trandoshan is no longer there.
Are you kidding me? All right, let's try to pop this open and get whoever's in there out.
Right. Okay, well, yes. Grab a favorite piece of pipe nearby and try and use that to force the paneling open.
All right, who's doing this?
I think we're just working together.
Okay,
So
Yeah.
whoever's got the highest melee roll and add a boost.
I have two.
I've got 2. Okay, you do it.
Okay, that is one success with 1, 2, 3, 4 advantage.
All right. So you put your weight into it, pushing. Ileana puts her weight into it, pulling, and it's on there. A lot more than you thought it was. You keep pushing and pushing, and pink, the pipe breaks. But not before, bringing it out to where if you have another pipe, there's now a hole on the door itself that you could stick it in instead of that handle. And it's also
Got
a
another
little
pipe
bit
handy?
looser.
There's plenty to choose from. So yeah, she'll grab another chunk of debris and maybe if there's a section of pipe a little bit longer, give us a little bit more leverage. She's going to try and do that.
A bit more of a leverage. And he's
Yep.
helping again? Or you're helping him again?
So same
Yes.
roll?
Add an extra boost for the leverage.
Will do. Oh no.
Oh,
One success to advantage?
Again?
It's less advantage this time.
You know, I even reduced the difficulty. You keep going, but apparently that door's wedged on there good. Pink! You just broke another pipe,
okay.
but the hinges
Now
have
she's getting
almost
miffed.
come undone, so you could probably pry it open with your hands now.
At this point, Desric is both embarrassed and it's slightly personal that he's not been able to get this open. So he really is going to now he's going to go over and pick a pipe up and he's going to try it again.
Okay. You
Awesome.
stick it in, roll the same thing. Is Ilyana helping? And is it a long pipe?
Yes.
Yeah, the sturdiest pipe he
I'll
can
help.
find.
Okay. You shove
Yeah.
Okay.
So
5 success.
you shove the pipe in, and you're pissed off. You're both probably pissed off. You gave it all you got. Unfortunately, you didn't need to do that. So, Iana, you get pinned against the wall. Desric, you push the pipe directly into her gut, and you're now in her face. And the door's open, by the way. I mean, if you would have
So,
gone any further,
that
it
went
would have
well.
been a nice little kissy moment.
So, yep. Right to plan. And Desert's going to kind of crawl off her awkwardly and try and get the pipe out of the way.
Yeah, y'all weren't on the ground. Y'all were standing, by the way. So
Oh, okay.
All right.
what does Ilyana do?
She's yeah, she's gonna take a big breath as soon as she can, and yeah, she's starting not to like the ship.
All right. So
Seconded.
you guys catch your breath for a moment, and the door's open. I'm assuming you both take a look.
Yep.
Yeah. Eliana's got her hand on her gut over where the pipe was. Just ow.
All right. I've got to look up the exact.
Sorry about that.
Not your fault.
Okay. So you open up. You look in, and you see this young, slim human female. She has a scar across her right eye, and she is unconscious, just moaning ever so often. She's hurt, but she's very much alive. How alive, you don't know.
So I guess Desert's going to try and pull her out and try and be gentle about it. Ileana, do you have any medical training? Desert's gonna kind of ask her, hoping that she knows something more than he does.
A little bit. I can take a look.
Alright, so do a roll. And what exactly are you doing? Just basic check? Are you going to try to see if you can't fix something?
Yeah, basic assessment. See how she's doing. If there's any obvious wounds or bleeding, that kind of thing.
Alright. I take it y'all pulled her out and laid her down?
Yeah, Desert's
Yeah.
pulled her out and is kind of like cradling her head, trying to keep her neck. Like he knows enough that like neck damage is bad, so we should not let her head move around. But he doesn't really know if there's anything like really wrong with her.
All right, 1 success, 5 advantage.
What is with you guys rolling 1 success on the times I want you to succeed?
I don't know. I think it's the Kree curse.
The other thing I've noticed is we never actually rolled for force for light side, dark side, and those probably would have been handy a few times.
True, but you can roll now. But I was actually gonna wait till Tough gets here.
Okay, let's wait.
Okay,
till
no
Tough
worries.
gets here.
'Cause either way, I wasn't gonna use mine at all.
Interject. I didn't notice we're at 2 hours on the stream now.
The stream started early because I was trying to fill with it. I still have 28 minutes on my timer.
Okay.
Go.
Above table. Yeah, we're trying to get to Jonas soon, but we keep getting
Sorry.
first the
Jonas.
Trandoshan. Now there's some
No, that's fine.
person trapped in a filing cabinet or air duct. I don't know.
Okay. You're almost to the point where you can get Jonas. You may end up getting Tough at the same time. So you pull her out. You do a basic medical assessment. These are not the right circumstances to actually do anything all that well. Lights bad, dust is everywhere, and you're still feeling out of it. That said,
She won't die if we move her. I'm hoping.
While she is in rough condition and you can't tell exactly how much she is in, she is definitely movable, and most certainly has a concussion. And beyond that, you can't tell anything. Her vital signs are stable, though.
Well, we're not going to do her any good here. Let's get off this ship. And
has crap.
sorry,
Ileana,
yeah,
Ileana.
Ileana has to tell me these things.
Yeah, make sure whoever I tell this information to tells everyone else.
Okay, so yeah, Elena's doing her check, and it's just, you know what? Can't do anything here, really, not properly. She's not going to die, but we shouldn't move it any more than absolutely necessary. We do have to get out of here.
Yeah. Desert looks around and I agree. Well, there's plenty of these pipes laying around. What do you say we make a makeshift stretcher and we get out of here?
All right.
All right.
How do you feel about tackling that? I'll get you what you need. I'm
All
still
right.
not comfortable leaving without checking for other survivors.
Okay, I'll get started on the and now I don't even remember what I called it.
Stretcher, basically?
Yeah, I'll get started on the stretcher and you search for survivors.
Okay,
Okay.
so how this goes is he makes a stretcher. And it goes well. For what you find some blankets, you find some good sturdy pipes. It'll definitely hold a person, especially this little girl. Ileana, you search around. You found the captain. His head hit the wall in a way it snapped his neck and is currently sitting in a very bad angle. The person who was strapped in did fare well until a pipe unfortunately pierced their chest, and this was the one the Trandoshan, you could tell, was looking at. Unfortunately, you three are the only survivors that you know of. And according to what you remember, there were only 3, 4, 5, 6 people in there, and all have been found right now.
All right. Well, that is not the outcome she was hoping for. At the same time, it's that kind of inevitability you know is there after you haven't heard anyone else for a while. So, yeah. She's gonna quietly pay some respects to those who have departed and get back to the survivors.
And thank you, Jonas, for keeping track with chat.
No problem.
All right. So you pick her up, you get her on the stretcher. Works quite well. And I assume you're both taking her right outside together?
Yes.
Yep.
As you pick her up and you make your way carefully out the door, you see a land vehicle. And it has on its sides a salvage company logo. It is a salvage truck. It is loaded to the brim with all kinds of salvage, junk pile. Basically, if it's from a scrap bin, it's in here. Jonas, this is where you would have been. You see the Trandoshan in the door. His back is to you, and he is on the phone. You can now hear him. And he is saying, "Yes, there are 2 survivors, but they're going to run. I don't know where they're going. There's not too much to go. If you're going to get here now." At this point, he kind of stops, turns around, and looks to see what's going on. And he sees you. And now he sees 3 of you, but they're not looking at him. You're looking at him. He's looking at you. He knows he's been caught. "There's 3 of them, and they found me. Get here quick. Get here quick."
Oh man.
So much for subtlety.
Yep.
And at this point, Desric sets down his end of the stretcher and produces from under his jacket a holdout blaster and aims it at the Trandoshan. You could have let us go.
His eyes grow wide. "No, don't shoot. They're coming to help. They have medical supplies."
I get the distinct impression that the people who shot us down don't wish to help us. Where's the command cylinder for the vehicle?
In my pocket?
Hand it over.
You'd leave me stranded here.
Yeah, that's the idea. Hand it over. And I'm walking towards the vehicle with my blaster drawn.
Okay, he reaches into his pocket slowly, pulls out a cylinder, and tosses it to you.
Thank you for your cooperation, if you would be so kind. And I motion for him to get out of the vehicle.
As the cylinder is coming towards you, he sees you. He tosses up high, and as he sees you go up for it, he hops into the vehicle and shuts the door, and the vehicle starts.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Ileana's going to carefully place down her end of the stretcher, and that vehicle's not getting away.
What do you got to stop it?
I don't know. She's gonna charge for it, I guess.
All right, you're going to charge straight for the door. What is Desmond going to do?
So how close did Desric make it to the door before the Trandoshan tossed the key?
You're in short range.
And I can see the Trandoshan?
Oh yeah, you're staring right through the driver window. And he is frantic. You can see he's still on the comms. He's getting everything ready. He's on the comms. He's about to drive off.
One warning shot across the hood, and I'm yelling at him to get out.
He sees the warning shot. He freezes and hits the gas. Unfortunately, he hits it in reverse and smacks into the ship.
Oh man.
I'm not a brawn character.
Yeah, neither one of them, but I think at this point, she doesn't care.
Yeah, and Desric's had about enough, so now he's going to shoot to kill.
All right.
So I guess I'm rolling for ranged light.
Yes.
Let's hope I didn't use up all my good rolls.
And I'm being told my audio isn't so good. I may just have to move the mic closer.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah, that's 100% volume, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so one advantage. I'm hoping that I miss horribly. He pees his pants and gets out of the vehicle.
One strain.
Okay, all I rolled was a disadvantage. Or a threat. So it's a
So-
full-on cancel out. You hit the window and shatter the glass. He's momentarily stunned. But he quickly gets up and he's switching gears right now. You have one more chance to hit him before he's gone.
Has Ileana gotten any closer? Can she, like, get him out of the vehicle, hit him, or anything?
She's coming up alongside it, but she was a little farther back. That, and she was taking her time setting down her end so she doesn't bother. If you miss, she could very well hop on the vehicle, but at this point, it's going to be in motion pretty soon. I'd suggest taking aim.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Also, none of you guys rolled for destiny.
Yeah, we already called that out. We didn't roll for force.
Okay. Just
You
gonna
said
see
we
how
were
we're
gonna do
written
that. We were gonna do that at the break. You said.
that was the intention, but okay. All right, so
Okay, so I'm aiming. So I take the boost, and again. Okay, 1 success, 4 advantage.
So 1 success, 3 advantage total.
Oh, so 3 advantage. Is that a crit?
Yes.
So I drop him?
I'm kind of didn't particularly care for the Swinner rule he had, but yeah, let's go ahead and use it. He doesn't have much life. He's not a combat. You smack him right upside the head. He just flops over. He's half in his seat, half in the passenger seat. But his foot's on the pedal and it's still going backwards.
Oh,
All right, let's get him out of there. Desric is a little disturbed by having shot this individual. This was not how he wanted things to go.
Has he killed before is the question.
Oh, is he? I assumed he was dead.
No. Has Desric killed before?
Negative.
Okay, so this is Desric's first kill. He has been in a combat situation, but this is still his first kill. How is he reacting?
He's not having a good time of it. He's kind of sick to his stomach and what if he'd just let us leave. But get him out of there. Get him out of the ship.
And what is Ileana?
Well, she's never seen death up close like this. I don't think so. Yeah, she's kind of surprised too.
Okay.
I would think in that sort
real
of
quick.
surreal moment, she's checking to see if he's still alive.
Okay, so you walk up there, and you walk up there, and I'm trying to move my damn chat so I can see what I'm doing when I'm pulling stuff out. Open the door, and there's a blaster wound through and through on his head. And whatever color Trandoshan brain matter looks like is oozing out. He's very much dead. By the way, what armor do each of you have?
Ileana's got heavy clothing,
Same.
and yeah, she's just kind of looks back and between between the characters, she's like thinking to herself, should have stunned him. Could have stunned him. Why didn't we?
Desric, was that out loud or just to yourself?
I'd say she's probably kind of mumbling it.
So if she's only mumbling it, I don't think Desric is coherent enough to notice that. The non-RP answer is Desric's blaster doesn't have that option.
Which one
Okay,
is he
that's
using?
fair.
The HSB?
Yeah, HSB.
All right, drop the stuff off. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
his blood is purple. I assume the brain matter would be something similar. I'm asking chat. Okay. So, you've murdered a... you've murdered a salvaging lizard. You have a truck, but it's a two-seater. And there's definitely no room for a stretcher. And not only that, you still don't know where you are.
I'm claiming self-defense, and I'm a human, so the Empire is likely to believe my side of the story. So if we take the junk out of the back, can we lay the stretcher down in the back?
You wouldn't need to take out a lot of the junk, but you could probably clear a patch on an area. That would probably be a good idea if someone stayed back there with her, just in case something fell on her. A lot of that junk, going off looks, does seem like it could fetch a price, but you never know. There also could be some useful stuff in there. Also, I forgot to mention. Because of the crash, your comm links are destroyed, and your weapons and armor have 1 damage on them.
All right.
Ah, okay.
That means you get a setback every time you fire, but we'll say I'm trying to get you through this area first so we can get to the other 2. Okay, so you quickly make the area, but now you got the play. You got a way to go. You just don't know where you're going.
So as soon as we can get to a city, Desric knows where he's going.
The problem is you don't know where you are or where to go to get to a city.
Survival check
Actually, I was going to make
or
mention.
Outer Rim lore.
I was going to make mention. Your uncle gave you a map on a data pad. You don't have it on you, but it should be in the ship.
Oh crap! My data pad. Hold on a minute. And Desric runs into the ship to go get his data pad.
All right, so you search and you search. You find in your room a data pad. It's banged up. It does look like yours. And
Can I power it on?
yes, you power it on. It is indeed yours. I assume you flip to where the map is?
Yep.
Alright, so you got the map up. If there's anything under this, move it, please.
My map seems a bit buggy.
Yeah, it looked like it bounced on something. Okay. Again to the audience. I made these up. These things here, because I could not find any city name for Terrace besides the ones that came from the games. But this is like a different part of the planet, so it's like, something to do. Sunken Tower, Lost Village, New Talon, an actual city, the only actual city I could find, and Skyrise. According to the map, you crash landed right here. This is your crash landing spot. And you know your ship is in New Talon, the only starport here. And FYI, this is just the main cities. There are other locations on this map. Think of it like a Elder Scrolls map. As you explore or you find information, you gain more points. And I will literally update it like that and get it to work for you guys.
Gotcha.
Okay. So how, like, do I have any measure of distance, like how far away New Talon is?
As you poke at your data pad, suddenly your data pad just flashes and turns black. And then slowly powers
Great.
back up. And it flashes suddenly very bright and just powers down permanently. However, the image is burned to the screen. You don't know the distance, but what you do know is that you can guesstimate your path based on the terrain. And that's about all you're going to get.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pocket the data pad and head out of the ship, and hopefully Ileana's prepping the speeder so we can get out of here.
Yeah, prepping the speeder, seeing to the new dead person. Yeah,
I'd be more concerned about the injured live person.
well, she's got her loaded up as well. Yeah.
Wow, I'm just getting the notification that I'm live on YouTube.
Very nice. Yub tubs for the win.
That lag.
Yeah, about 2 hours worth. Okay, so there's only 6 minutes left. I'll probably call the break the moment you guys get here. So it takes 6 hours. You get there,
Holy cow. Okay.
rough terrain. You cannot, because of the ruins. Remember, used to be a city that spanned the entire planet, like Coruscant. And now it's just rubble from being bombarded over and over again. You cannot drive in a straight line. But you do manage to find your way. 6 hours is actually pretty quick. I'm not going to have you do a roll, because I want you to get here. Because I'm going to go ahead and stop the clock. And we're going to take a break after this next part. I'm assuming the first place you go to is to a medical facility, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and probably one that, at least best we can discern, has no Imperial leanings, given that we were just shot down by what we perceive to be the Empire.
Well, as you go in, there are Imperial stormtroopers around. They seem to have no interest in any of you.
Well, we'll take what we can get.
So you find two medical facilities. One has a long line, one has no line.
Given the condition of the person we are taking care of, we're going to go with the shortest line.
Okay. Ileana, agree?
Ileana agrees. Yep.
All right, so it looks like your little friend may be stirring, but is still out of it. You get into there and you see an Athorian. There's no one in there but this Athorian.
Is the Athorian a staff member or a potential patient?
He looks like he's wearing a doctor's uniform, but his back is to you. He seems to be going over some data near one of the beds.
Okay. Are we all in the room, or we
The
just
three of
bringing?
you are coming in the room.
And is the girl still on the stretcher, or is she like up and mobile at this point?
No, she's still out of it. She's still on the stretcher.
Okay. I guess we'll just call out for the doctor. Then, are you the doctor? We need a doctor. She's been in an accident.
The Athorian suddenly jumps. The pad goes straight up, and he's just fumble, and eventually grabs it. He's kind of shaken. Turns around, his eyes are wide, like, ah, why did you do that so loudly? Ah. He finally sees the girl. He's like, oh, what happened? Here, bring her to this bed. Here. He points to the nearest bed to you.
Okay, we shall do so.
As you set her down, the Athorian rushes over, pulls out some medical kits, does some scans, rudimentary checks, and he sighs. The damage doesn't seem to be too bad. She's battered and bruised, but other than that, just a concussion. She'll be out maybe an hour at most.
Oh, thank God.
She could be waking up any time at the soonest, but I'd like to keep her here for a little bit, administer some basic first aid. That's really all she needs. Yeah, I'll grab some. He seems nervous. Not elect nervous, just you did surprise him. That, and he also seems a bit more surprised that anyone's in there.
Can I discern if there's like anything suspicious about his behavior, or just generally we surprised him?
As quick second on mine.
That would be a skullduggery check. And who said what? Not skullduggery, but streetwise. My bad. Lance, did you say something?
Oh, I like skullduggery better.
Skullduggery is more like you pickpocketing or something like that.
Hello, Taff.
Oh, hello, Tough.
Hello.
Hello. 1 success, 2 advantage.
Okay. So,
We really did use up all of our good luck at the beginning.
just 2 threats. So, he genuinely just seems startled that you just said that suddenly, but he does seem utterly surprised that anyone is in here. And looking around, you get the sense that how is this guy even open? He doesn't ever seem to have customers. He comes back, and he's got the first aid, and he starts administering patches, gives an injection of Bacta, just the usual basic stuff. And he looks up, he's like, okay, now she just needs a bit of rest. I'm not going to charge much, just 20 credits. Can you cover?
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Well, I'm not usually one for charity, but in this case, I'm hoping she's going to have some answers for us. So Desert will cover, and I'll nod to the medic and hand him 20 creds.
As you check around your pockets, you don't have any credits. They must have fallen out.
Mm. So Desert's going to search his pockets for a little bit, frustrated that his credit chip isn't with him, and turn to Ileana. It appears I lost my credit chip in the accident. You wouldn't happen to have yours on you?
Well, they've had other things on their mind, so she has no idea. She's going to check her pockets.
She finds not her credit chip, but at least one little credit chip worth only 10 credits.
Well, I've got 10 here. I guess it's halfway there at least.
He cocks his head, sighs. He's like, "No, don't worry. I'm just glad she's safe. I'm going under anyway. I should be asking my last few patients to pay. I'll take care of her. Don't worry. Free on the house."
So Desric will thank him and then motion for Ileana to step outside with him for a moment.
And that's where we're going to call a break. This way we can at least get Tough in. Jonas, I'm pretty sure you're going to be in the next few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, everybody take a 10-minute break, get a drink, use the restroom, stretch your legs. I'm going to take a really quick break, and then I'll be coming back to answer questions. So let me start my timer for 10 minutes.
All right, see everybody in 10.
I'm gonna set up some
Cool.
coffee. I feel bad for the dog.
All right, guys,
Zeke,
be right back.
Zeke, you're gonna.
Wait, what was that?
What was-
I still hadn't taken my headphones off.
I need to get into the session, but I can't pick a color, so we're gonna have to work that out during the break.
Yeah, I'll
right.
just save this session, load another session, and let you choose a color, then load the other one back up.
Cheers.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. So, K and V, if you are here, I know you had a few questions. Or if anybody else is in chat and has a few questions, go ahead and fill them out.
All right, I'm ready to pick a color because I would like to join at least.
Okay. The PCs. So far, let me just show off who's here first, real quick, okay?
Okay.
All right. So you have Lance, who's playing Ilyana Sabat. She's a human technician who specializes in mechanics.
Easy.
Huh?
Easy.
Yeah, very easy. Then we haven't met this character just yet, so we're gonna hold off on. No, let's actually go ahead. Jonas, he is playing LEOP4, otherwise known as Leo, who is a droid of the LE series repair droid. He is our technician slash slicer. Okay, not even there.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Keep going.
We have Desric, who is a human male. He is an explorer slash trader.
Oh, bugger.
What?
I'm the only fighter. I forget.
And Tough, who is not in there. Since you're here, I'll let you talk about your character.
Do you want to do that now or when the others come back?
Roger.
Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah.
Saving right now.
Sounds good.
Okay, Lance is back.
Okay. I'm having to save our game, load up another one so Tough can choose a color.
Gotcha. No worries.
Good old yellow.
I was hoping we wouldn't have to kill the Trandoshan. Didn't work out that way.
KNV was calling y'all like murderers and something.
Oh, jeez. Well, only one of them fired the kill shot.
Much obliged, man.
I'm just waiting for everything to load so I can promote you and get your stuff in. Tell that to his Trandoshan wife.
Yeah. Why do I get the feeling that's going to be a thing?
Who knows? He may have a Trandoshan husband. Or perhaps just a brother who is the fighter.
Maybe he's Bosk's a waste of a space brother who he cares about, but
Or
you know,
actually, he comes and finds you and gives you money and says, "Thank you for getting rid of this asshole for me."
Or he is his father's cousin's brother's nephew's former roommate.
Twice removed. Okay, I'm getting error. Where are you? Yellow.
Probably me. Yellow.
Okay. What are you trying to do?
Just load and save. Actually, technically save. Alright,
Okay.
some of it's a bit wonky. I might have to come in and come back out again quickly.
Yeah, even Overkill's getting some wonkiness. There does seem to be
Yeah,
some
so do I.
compatibility issues and stuff like that.
I almost wonder if maybe it has something to do with multiple people working with multiple character sheets.
I don't know.
Okay, let me reconnect on this end.
Yeah, I might jump out and jump back in again.
I've still got quite a few characters to build for you guys. 2-minute warning. Okay, so because we had that goofy start in YouTube having crazy things with anything going over 4 hours, next stream is going to be an hour and a half. Or the next half is going to be an hour and a half. Hopefully by the time next stream comes around, we'll be ready. Who is all here? Can I get a roll call?
Tough, yeah?
Lance is here, and it's not letting me pick the white team.
I am
That's
here.
awesome.
Oh, how'd you get off a white team? Oh, you had to load in.
Yeah. I'd sure like to know why it keeps doing that.
I don't know, and it only seems to be certain saves. And Tough reconnected, so now he's got to...
Yeah. Yeah. However, all my stuff is loaded in.
So
My character
now
is there.
I've just got to save this, load the practice game,
Bugger.
let you guys do all that, rejoin your stuff, and then we can start. As soon as Overkill gets back.
Okay, back on white.
And me on yellow.
Okay, the second one wasn't their fault. The crash kind of robbed them of their credits, okay? KMV's like, so far our heroes killed an innocent lizard man and failed to pay 20 credits to a suicidal doctor.
Yeah, we're still trying to play catch up on what the heck's going on.
You guys are monsters. Okay, so is everybody back? Overkill?
I'm here, and I'll try and reload the character. I'll let everybody else load theirs first, and then I'll try mine, see if it behaves.
Okay, I'm sorted.
Okay, what?
I'm sorted.
Okay, I'm just waiting for overkill.
The sheet that I use seems to be a lot more stable than the one that's default on this table. So it might be an idea for us to transfer to that one.
Yeah,
sometime.
transfer to the data sheet you used to when you made that cube. If not, you may have to completely re-update the whole sheet.
We're nice. Mostly.
Right now, they kind of don't know who's doing what.
Yeah.
And there's two characters you haven't met yet. The droid and the girl who's currently unconscious. Overkill, you went overtime. I had to start the clock anyways, because, YouTube.
Fair enough.
Hello, I'm back.
Overtime. You went into overtime.
Well, you should have expected this.
Okay.
I was brewing a fresh batch of tea, so.
Okay, everyone's promoted. They can bring in stuff. Who still needed to move things, and who needs items? Like blasters, like weapons and armor.
I've got my deck with me now. I am gonna have to ask you to load my cube in.
I'm still missing a stim pack and a backpack, assuming I still have those since my credits vanished.
Ileana quite literally has the clothes on her back.
Yeah, Zeke, could you just hit edit, load, and save on my thing? Because I don't want to like screw around with it just in case.
I was actually looking for yours. You never gave me her, actually.
And that works. Cheers.
Okay, so is everyone ready?
Lance, right?
Query. I do have a question. Can you see dice while it's in the zone, in like your zone?
Can I see in dice in your zone? I'm DM, yes.
Or any of the players?
I see. There is
the
nothing
players.
hitting from me. As a DM, nothing is hitting from me.
As a DM.
Oh,
Well, I mean, like Jonas Lance, Overkill.
Oh, no,
You see
I
that?
can't
Other
see into your
players-
zone at all. No.
Other players
Alright,
can't
cool.
see your zone. Yeah.
Yeah, negative.
Checking.
Okay, tough.
Yes.
Your weapons and armor have 1 point of damage.
Ah, bugger.
Okay. So, anything else? Anything else before we proceed?
Force points.
Right.
Yes, everyone, roll your force die. Let's get those things out here. And I gave each of you your own token. This way we can do that thing in combat. Just flip it over if you've already moved, kind of thing. Or anything that requires turns.
A solid 1 black.
I got a dark side as well.
Oh no, I'm sensing a pattern. I also got one dark side.
Okay, give me a second, guys. It's not letting me select the dice.
This is looking
So
promising.
3 dark sides so far.
Yeah, this isn't good, to be honest.
Who couldn't select the dice?
From a certain point of view.
Okay, we're good.
Who couldn't select whose dice?
That was Lance, and I
Okay,
got
sorry.
one dark. Dang it.
Oh, wait, what the heck happened to my dice tray?
So 4 dark side.
Okay, so
Seriously? Oh,
K and
that's
V?
not good.
this is what we get for killing the Trandoshan.
That's what
Yeah.
To set the record straight, I had no intention of killing anybody this round. That was not how Desric wanted that to go down.
No, neither did Ileana. She was hoping to get to the vehicle before it took off, and she was going
Your
to try and
holdout
subdue
blaster
things.
does have a stun setting.
So
What?
I'm just checking.
I didn't think
you
it
two
did.
haven't killed
Yes.
anyone yet?
Well, you know what? The crash damaged it, and the switch is stuck. There you go.
Oh,
He
and I
thought-
had enough. I had enough advantages to
No. For a special like this, you tell me if you want to do stun or just damage.
Oh, great. Yeah, no, I totally. Had I realized that was an option, yep.
All right, so everyone's tokens need to be in New Talon. Talon,
what?
whatever. Right up here. This includes Leo's.
Okay,
can-
I got you.
Reduce
Leo
the
is already
size.
there.
if need
Except
be.
Leo's is back at this area.
Is it?
Yes.
Move it because I can't. On my screen, it's not there. Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Okay.
Ah, I see what. Yeah. Okay.
I thought you said my token was over here when I saw it over here.
You're supposed to be over there. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
So last we. Stop it, K and V. I'm trying to keep a straight face. Okay, so as we left off, you left a young human woman with an Athorian doctor who generally seems to actually care. And God, I forgot everyone's name. Character name. So Desric and Liliana are outside now, or at least Desric calls Liliana to come outside.
Yep. So Desric gestured for Ileana to come outside, so they're in the hallway. I don't know where your final destination was, Ileana, but I was headed to Terrace. I'm a merchant by trade, and I'm here to pick up a ship. So I don't know what's going to happen with the girl in there, but I'm not keen to stay on Terrace to find out if the Empire shot that transit down and who they were looking for. I've got jobs to do, and I want to pick up my ship and leave. If you need a ride off planet, you're welcome to come.
Truth is, I could use a lift. I'm not entirely sure where my next destination is at the moment. But I don't feel comfortable just leaving someone behind.
Well, I need to go pick up my ship, and it doesn't seem like she's waking up anytime
Okay.
soon.
You're interrupted in your statement here with a sudden scream of sudden shock and pain from 2 different people. One is definitely the Athorian. The other one is a female voice, and it's coming from the infirmary.
Well,
Okay,
hold
going
that
back
thought.
in.
Hold that thought. Our guest just woke up.
And as you rush back in, the Athorian is kind of holding. I don't even know what to call that. His head, his throat, his mouth, that whatever. He's holding the lower part. The girl seemed to have suddenly opened her eyes and shot up and just not realizing it, slammed her head directly into the Athorian. And it's a soft spot, but there's a hard bone there. So even the girl's kind of holding her head going, ow!
Jeez. Okay. Wow. Okay. So she's kind of taking a moment to take that in, just like, Do we need more doctors?
The doctor kind of backs up. He's like, yeah, the patient's awake. Oh, Lord. My nurse can't take this. Miss, are you hurt from that? I hope you're not hurt.
I when I hit my head on the Athorian, I immediately like get a little bit stunned, and as soon as I hit it, like I go like trying to scan my hand around the sides of the bed or whatever, trying to find my gun or my vibro sword.
You find nothing.
Is it around? Ah, fuck. Do I find my bag at least?
Actually, none of them grabbed any bags, but let's just say they kind of
Ah,
left them in the truck for
Alright,
story's sake.
I
Since you got nothing but dark side tokens, I'll give you this one.
all right. Yeah, I like go around and like I hit my head and I try and search around. I was like, for Pete's sake! Oh, this is not good. Where is it? And I just start searching. I like get off the bed and I actively start searching around the little medical facility.
Ma'am?
Well,
Ma'am, are
she's
you
an
okay?
energetic one.
Where are you going? Is there something I can help you find?
I don't talk. I just like start searching.
Miss, take it easy. You're all right here.
Please calm her. She came in with you. I assume she's a friend. Yes.
We kind of found her in an accident. Desert
No, ma'am.
answers being
Get out of
evasive.
there. Get out of there. He sees you opening some stuff.
Yeah, I'm like opening drawers and stuff that I shouldn't really be opening.
No. It's sensitive equipment.
Miss,
Sensitive
Miss, you
equipment.
have a name? Like what should we call you? Do you know who you are? Where you are?
I search through half the room and I just go,
About this time, the Thorian's caught up to you, and he's gently, just put his hand on your back shoulder, kind of low, just to
Yeah.
just as try to calm.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
I
please
like
stop.
I just stop searching. I just sit down where I am. I'm like, this is not going to go end well.
Ma'am,
Yeah, yes.
is there something I can help you
What
find?
happened? My shit for starters, yes. I was on transport. Currently, I'm in a medical facility. What the hell happened?
I don't know.
Desert
How
kind
is
of
she
looks over
hurt?
to Ileana.
Yeah, she's kind of nodding. It's like sort of one of those resigned cats out of the bag.
Well, we were all on public transit, and we don't actually know what quite happened. It certainly looked like an Imperial Star Destroyer and a whole mess of TIE fighters shot us down.
Well, the Empire are a lovely bunch, aren't they?
The Thorian catches up. Wait, y'all? You guys were on that shuttle? No. The Empire didn't shoot you down. They said it was pirates. I gotta contact the Imperials right away. They pretty much are demanding anyone who has information to turn it in.
Hey,
Doctor, please.
Doc.
He
Doc.
stops and looks like he sees the seriousness of your tone. Is like, is there something wrong?
We don't know what's going on, and until we do, frankly, I'm not ready to trust them. I know what I saw. I didn't see everything, but I know what it looked like, and I do not want to speak to any Imperials right now until we know more. Please don't.
I stand up, and I turn around to the Athorian and I put my hand out to the Athorian and see if he like shakes my hand.
He's a distance across the room though.
Oh, I like walk over to him, like, yeah.
He sighs and says, "Okay, if you don't want to talk to him, you don't seem like you're a bad bunch. I won't do anything to harm
walk
my
over.
patients."
I walk over and like give him a handshake, and I'm like, I think it might be a wise idea to figure out what the hell the Imperials are doing. I think it would be a wise idea to ask them.
But your friends don't want me to talk to the Imperials about you?
Well, currently I'm outnumbered, so we'll do this democratically, however you people say it. Now I'm trying to find where goddamn Taris is on the map. Oh yeah, I found it. Oh good.
Decently close
Yeah.
to Mandalore.
Yeah, I say I like shake his hand and I say that and I'm like, look, all I was doing was heading galactic west, northwest, goes like far away into as far into Yavin, Bonadan as I could, and yes, now I'm here. Why am I here? What planet are we on exactly?
You're on Terrace. And there's currently an Imperial blockade. They said a group of pirates that came from Terrace itself attacked a transport. The Imperials are wondering if it's a rebellion starting here, so they're just doing an investigation. They said they're looking for anyone from the shuttles, dead or otherwise, to see if there was anyone or anything of importance on it that would need an attack of that scale.
I say, rebels. You two, and I like point over to Ileana, and I forgot your name, Overkill,
Desric.
Desric. And I go, so where's my blaster and my vibro sword then? It was on me.
Desric was gonna look over to her and go, none of us are armed, and you didn't have any weapons on you when we found you.
I
Do
sigh.
you normally carry weapons around?
Yes. I like say it like it's a natural thing. Like yeah, yeah. So I think we'll have to go back to our crash ship, and I want to find my blaster, my sword, and my bag full of my texts.
Okay,
Well,
excuse me.
I don't think you're
No.
in any condition to be doing a whole lot of traveling, young lady. Uh,
I
has she given us her
steam down.
name?
No, she hasn't.
Why don't we start with your name, please?
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, actually, my guys, check your Discord because I'll frequently send you messages that's just specifically for you. So, keep that in
Okay,
mind.
Alright, that's
gotcha.
fine. Yeah.
Continue.
So you say that, and I reply I'm like, oh yes, that would be a good start. And I go to him, and I put out my hand again, and I say, the name's Rose.
Rose, pleasure to meet you. I'm Desric Milan, Milan Exports. Doctor, wouldn't you say our patient needs a bit more rest before heading out?
No, I think I'm fine,
A bit
thank
more
you.
rest? She ran through my entire facility, going through everything. I see she's rested enough. She's full of energy.
Yes, quite.
Desric looks over at the doctor, his eyes narrow. Doctor, isn't it your medical opinion that someone who has experienced this much head trauma ought to rest? And he emphasizes the word further to suggest that whether she wants it or not, she should not be allowed to leave.
So, are you coercing or charming?
Charm.
Roll your charm.
Ileana's just kind of mumbling to herself. Subtle.
Oh, where did my extra die go? Ah, there.
Yeah, me and these walls don't get along so good.
I'll stop rolling against the walls.
One success for advantage.
Okay. So the doctor looks at you. He knows that you're suggesting that he put her to sleep, at least temporarily. But he says, "Good sir, I am a doctor. I took an oath not to harm anybody. I understand what you're getting at, but that goes against my oath."
I
Granted, it's part of
immediately
one of
go
the
up
reasons
to.
why I'm going out of business, but I'd rather have good morals than go out of than be like the next door neighbor.
I immediately go up to Desric and I look at him straight in the eye. I'm like, "Did you want to sedate me, sir?"
Sedate, restrain, whichever keeps you safe. You don't seem to be in a very good headspace at the moment, Rose.
Currently, I am fine, so I suggest we get on with it. Yes?
Does anyone mind if I say a word?
Please, I think you'll make more sense than Rose is.
Look, I'll put it simply. From my point of view, it looks like the Empire shot down that transport. And they know where we crashed. You are not going to get back there before there are search teams swarming the place. Whatever you want to get, it's already lost.
Well, that isn't good then. Those texts are important to me, and not so important to the Empire.
Well, anything can be bought or sold.
I'm not
For
buying
now,
texts that I got myself, thank you.
if you don't pay for them, someone else will. But that's not my concern. Doc, is she healthy enough to travel?
Uh, Healthy? Yes. Frame of mind? No.
So how
Very
do you feel
questionable.
about a psychiatric hold?
I wouldn't suggest one here on Terrace. They're
He
pretty
says
bad.
that, and I immediately punch him.
Roll your brawn.
Oh boy.
Or your brawl, sorry.
Is this opposed?
I don't
Do
think
you
you saw
want
it
to be
coming.
punched?
No.
Then yeah, it's opposed, but it's a normal fight rule.
Oh,
Oh,
bugger, for advantage. That ended poorly.
well, I meant opposed to, like, do I roll coordination against her, or are you rolling for
No,
her?
this is just
Was my
straight
point.
combat. What'd you get?
Gotcha.
I got for advantage.
You ended up with one advantage. So how does this play?
Oh god. Yeah, so I go to punch Desric. And I just completely miss. And I hold my head I miss and I just hold my head a bit and I'm like, that crash did a number on me. I suggest you don't do that again, Desric.
Desric sees this, and because you have an advantage, we're gonna say that his reflexes kind of kicked in late because he wasn't expecting it, and he did back off quite a bit. So now there's a distance between the two of you. You're no longer in engaged range.
Yeah, Rose gets like angry at Desric and she goes, now if you want to sedate me, you're gonna have to you know, beat the hell out of me. But for now, I suggest we work on a plan to get back to that ship, yes?
Sweetheart, I'm not going anywhere near that ship, and you're crazy. This is some thanks for I get for rescuing a stranger. Ileana, my offer still stands, but I'm leaving. I'm going to get my ship. Good luck with this one, Doc.
You're
And
not
Desric
leaving her
turns and
with
walks
me.
out of the room.
Oh, wait! Please don't leave her with me.
I pat the Ithorian. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. It's how I am.
Just don't punch me, please. I don't
No,
harm anyone.
she slightly bows to the Ithorian. I'm like, it's okay.
Huh. Thank you. If there's anything I could do to help, I'll try, but as I said, I'm going out of business. You're probably my last patient.
Well then, do I have my credits on me?
You search your pockets. You have a 10 credit chip.
Ah,
The rest seems to have been come out from the crash. You have a tear on one of your side pockets.
bugger. Yeah, I bring out the chip and I'm like, I just give it to the authority and I'm like, well, it's a start. So, I do apologize for the inconvenience.
Ah, thank you. Do be safe, please.
So Desric has already walked out the hall and left the room. He is set on going to go get his ship and has kind of motioned to Ileana if she's interested in following, but he's not waiting.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so what are the other two doing?
Now, I ended up getting a phone call just before we went on break, just after we met the doctor. So I missed if there was any conversation about why he was going out of business.
No one asked.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't miss that. Okay. Yeah, she holds up a finger for Desert. Just hang on a second. Whether he does or not, she's kind of looks back at the doc. Says, "What's going on? Why are you going out of business?"
Well, I was actually typing it in for chat. 1 second. Might as well delete it. Okay. So the doctor turns and looks at you and says, I became a doctor because I wanted to help people. I took the oath, but unfortunately out here most people can't pay much. So I tend to not ask for payment if they can't. The doctor next door asked for payment up front. And because of that, he can afford staff, he can afford better medical equipment, supplies, and eventually he was able to buy out all the staff I had. And I was not able to keep up with any medical patients, and they eventually just went to him. And no one comes here anymore. I don't have heavy medical equipment anymore.
Desric has stopped just on the other side of the doorway conversation, but not directly speaking to anyone.
Okay. All right. Leanna's gonna look over at Rose and. What is so important that you're willing to risk your life going back to that ship?
They're well, one, my weapons. I'm quite fond of my pistol and my sword. I've been training for a very long time using the sword. But what's in the bag is none of your concern.
You're planning on going back alone. You're willing to do that to get whatever's in this bag.
Well, if I have to, then yes. I believe you guys crashed in it as well, so you have other equipment, maybe?
Honestly, I don't know what survived the crash. And I'm not that interested in going back for what little I had. So, from my point of view, it's more important to go forward, even if I'm not entirely sure where that is yet. But if you're willing to risk your life, and you're hoping not to go somewhere alone, it might be a good idea to bring people up to speed who might end up joining you. They deserve to know what they're risking their lives for if they go with you.
I like sit there, I like stand there, sorry, and like contemplate what Ileana said, and I respond, and I'm like, in the bag are some texts, and I'm very fond of them as someone who has left their childhood away in the past. As someone who likes to go forward, this is probably the only time that I would like to go back.
Okay. Desric needs to get a ship. That would certainly get us wherever we need to go faster.
I respond, I'm like, well, if your Desric friend gets the ship, then possibly we could go back for the crash ship.
Okay, well, you kind of look over at Deshrick, and it's kind of obvious you've been listening, yeah?
Mr. Overkill.
Sorry. Press to talk. Forget.
No worries.
So Desric's in the hallway, just like across the door, out of sight of Rose, but within eyesight of Ileana. And just shaking his head. It's like, I'm not going back to that shot up ship. It's like, if she needs a lift, she can get off planet. But I'm not going back there.
I still look at like Desric with my like squinted eyes. I'm like, well, I know you guys possibly have equipment in there that you lost. I know I have the weapons, the books, the bag, some other items that could be of use in the future. And I don't see that being there a problem going back.
Well, let me put it this way, young lady. The problem is that we were ostentatiously shot down by the Empire.
Quickly, how old is Desric?
He's 27.
Alright, cool. That's good.
I'm surprised
so-
you just
so-
didn't ask that in character.
Yeah, no, I had to, yeah.
So Desric's doing this somewhat condescendingly and somewhat as just like he's using good etiquette, but not necessarily being polite. We were ostentatiously shot down by the Empire. When we dragged you out of that crashed ship, someone called for the Empire to come look for you. You were hidden in what I can only assume was a smuggler's compartment. So, if you step anywhere near that ship, or were caught anywhere near the Empire with you, I can assume things are not going to go well for us. Am I correct?
Well, the Empire has been quite nice recently, so I don't see a problem going back.
Young lady,
Wait.
I work for the Empire. I'm a merchant. I'm a trader. The Empire's
Oh,
on
then
my
that makes
good side.
that makes my case so much better, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't. Because you know what I know as a trader? I know that there are people all over this galaxy who like to skirt the law, who like to find ways around the Empire. And you know what the Empire does to those people? Well, they use my merchandise. My merchandise, you ask? Slave collars. Now, unless you want to find yourself in a brig of a Star Destroyer or wearing one of the lovely devices the Empire purchases from me, I suggest you sit down, shut up, and keep out of the way.
She takes all this in and she raises her hands and then sits back down on like the bed that like where she was laying down before, and she replies and she's like, slaver, huh? All right.
Desric is like red in the face right now and really angry. He didn't mean to say or reveal nearly as much as he meant to, and he's now realizing how angry he is with this person who's so insistent on going back to a position that's going to put them in danger.
Yeah, she actually responds in kind, and she's like, all right. If you think that is the wisest decision, I will take a slaver's word for it. And she nods, and yeah, she just starts like sitting down and just resting basically.
Desert mutters under his breath, "Merchant," and walks out.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I think after that little tirade, Ileana is just kind of beside herself again.
I'm so sorry, Overkill, but that was great. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was awesome.
It was
Damn good
Oh.
job, man.
that was like I didn't know what to do. I'm like, I'm just gonna roll with it.
Rose
Perfect,
knows
dude,
a lot
perfect.
now. Rose knows a lot. Thank you.
You all know a lot, and I'm curious
Oh,
what
boy.
Ileana is going to think when she heard slave trader.
Yeah, there was definitely a glare.
Desric said he sold slave collars. He didn't say he sold slaves.
What's the
Just
difference,
to
really,
clarify.
I
man?
was just gonna say,
I
really?
was gonna ask, what's the difference? I don't think there is.
You may not be selling the slaves directly, but you're selling the means that people get slaves.
Yeah.
Fair
Either
enough.
way, either way, what do all you do? Does Desric just walk off? I mean, you owe no
Desric has already
obligation.
told
I was about to say you owe
Yeah,
no
I have no allegiance
obligations
to these
any of them.
folks. So I've already told Ileana she can have a ride, but I'm going to get my ship.
So you just took off walking?
Yeah, he turned around and he's now walking back out the door.
Actually,
Cool.
this
I
building
wait.
was the medical facility, so you're technically walking deep.
I wait for Desric to leave, and I want to quickly talk to Ileana. I go, my dear,
Yes.
where is your destination exactly on that transport?
It was here. Where I was going to go. I'm not ready to talk about that right now.
She nods, and she's like, that's fine. Did you have anything important in that ship?
Not really.
She goes, well, that's a shame. Then we're both gonna need a ride off this planet. And I start just walk out, and I like follow Desric.
I'm just gonna look over at the dock and. Is Desric still within earshot?
Yeah, he hasn't left the building yet. He's just a little ways down the hall.
Like, Desric!
He stops and turns, but doesn't say anything.
You're going to get a new ship. Do you have a medic?
Do you have a
He ra-
fighter as well?
He raises an eyebrow. I'm a merchant. I usually don't have much use for medics. But, given our current circumstances,
Quick question. Rose, what did you say? I didn't hear it.
I said, oh yes, and do you need a fighter as well?
Okay.
so Desric's responding to Ileana. He's not yet addressed Rose. Normally, I don't employ doctors, but given our current circumstances, I don't have anything to pay him up front. He'd have to accept payment on completion of the job.
Okay, well, she'll look over at the dock and just. Do you have anything keeping you here?
No attachments, but there is a lot of suffering here. I came here to help.
If you go out of business, can you still help?
I'm a doctor. I can help anywhere my skills are needed.
Well, my medical expertise, such as it is, mainly involves skinned elbows and knees, the occasional bruise. And I have a feeling whatever this is going to get worse.
going by the sound of it and the fact that you don't want to go to the Imperials right away, yeah, I bet it is. I will help you. I will always help anyone who needs it. But I'll at least need some form of compensation so I can take care of myself, eat, and get more medical supplies.
Well, given what we just went through, we don't have much at the moment.
I don't have many needs at this point in time. I've got enough to treat moderate level injuries and a decent amount of food to go about a month, but more than that.
So Desric's going to start to walk back, hearing this conversation. Well, Doc, if you're interested in signing up for a crew, we can work a retaining fee. As you have overheard, I was just in an accident and don't have my credit sheet with me. But should you choose to sign on, we can work out payment.
You said your name was Millman. That is a well-known trading name.
Yes, Milan Exports.
Milan, my bad. Okay, I agree. So long as what I do doesn't end up hurting others.
You will only be asked to aid and assist my crew. You need not fight. You need not be involved in any unsavory business.
Accepted.
Desric will reach out his hand.
The Ithorian grasps and shakes.
Well then, now that we have our merry little band, I'd very much like to go get my ship.
I do have some things to clear up and take care of here first, namely the foreclosure of this facility. Here's my comm code. I will join you as you need or as soon as I can.
Desric's gonna write down his comm code and just not mention the fact that he doesn't have a working comms at this time.
None of you do, by the way.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sitting here thinking, well, hopefully the ship has
Save
working
one.
comms, because that's going to be the only way.
Okay. And so at this point, Desric's gonna head off to the junk dealer.
And everyone else, do you follow?
Yeah, I follow.
The animal follow.
Okay, do you have anything to say along the way?
No, Rose stays like quite silent and happy and content with herself.
Ileana?
She's kind of sort of glaring, half just walking along, but definitely there's some veiled hostility toward Desric right now as far as the expression of his trade.
Desert, you.
Desric is going to probably be silent most of the time. He's said much more than he meant to, and is frustrated that he let his anger get the better of them. Normally he's very smooth talking, very convincing and charming, and he was not, and he just so wound up from being shot at, having killed someone.
Okay.
He's never done this before, and he's just kind of in his own headspace.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I've been trying to get you guys to the damn shipyard for a while now.
Sorry.
Yeah, Desric wants nowhere else to go than the shipyard.
Okay, so we're just going straight to the shipyard.
Yep, sounds good.
Sorry,
So
my
I
throat.
assume Desric knows the name of the attack here.
Yes, a Toradarian name, Kitama.
So Desric's gonna motion to Ileana. You and Rose stay here. I need to meet with my contact.
And by the way, I'm
And so I'm
terrible
gonna-
at names, guys, so that's why everything sucks for name-wise.
No worries.
So Toydarian Ket something?
Kitama.
Okay, Desert calls him Ket.
Okay.
Ezric's gonna walk in and holler back for the Toydarian. Ket, you in here?
You hear a bit of rumbling, some grumbling, and something just you ping, and you just hear something in Trandoshan. You're familiar with some forms of Trandoshan, but this, you don't know what it is, but you do know what it is if you get the drift. Well, you just hear flap, 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 flap. It's like, my little friend. Desric, I haven't seen you in a while. How is work? He's not been by to check his ship.
He's well. He's well. Unfortunately, we've had a run-in with the Rose, and we need the Skylark. I trust she's still all in working order.
The Rose? Hey, I sold that to Warwick. What you been doing to my old ship? Huh?
Not us, my friend. Pirates. You know how this business goes.
Yes. Tell me it's at least salvageable.
Oh, no. She'll be repaired. She's just in dry dock, and I've got a delivery that can't wait.
Good. Shoot your uncle if he got it destroyed. But you're here for the what was it called again? I'm bad with names.
Skylark.
You're here for the Skylark. Checking up on it for your uncle? No. You need it yourself. Yes, he stutters. It's right over there in the corner. Your uncle told me to get you a droid, a repair droid. I did find a model repair droid. Did have a blaster wound in it, but it was cheap, it was free. Got it repaired by a good friend of mine. Very good.
Well, a friend of yours is a friend of mine. So, we're all squared away. I know Warwick paid in advance.
Oh, yes. Warwick is very good payer. Paid very well in advance. Heck, you could leave it here for a few more years if you need it, but it sounds like you need it now. Yes, back over in the corner. Get a cylinder. Tosses your cylinder.
Always a pleasure, Ket. And Desric turns to walk out.
As you walk towards the ship and you round the corner, you suddenly hear his wings flap faster and faster as he seems to be going as fast as he can around the shop.
Desric glances back. It's unusual for him to be this worked up. Everything okay back there, Ket?
Just I dropped something when you came in. It kind of damaged it. I'm a little... It's sensitive. I'm trying to repair it.
Can I do a perception check to see if he's telling the truth?
That wouldn't be a perception. I believe it's, should be discipline, I think?
Discipline?
Hold
Not,
on.
streetwise?
No, it's not
yeah,
going to
that
be
might be
streetwise.
close. Something that's similar to Insight for like 5th edition.
So I rolled streetwise, 2 advantage, 2
Coercion,
success.
deception, leadership is discipline. That is the opposing skill for it.
Nah, crud. Alright, so discipline, I think that's just 2 for me. Alright. Ho! Okay, not such a bad reroll.
Nice.
3 success.
I've got to find out my damn difficulty die. Three success. Any advantage?
No advantage.
Best you could tell, he doesn't seem to be lying. You came in, he did seem startled by the sudden, "Hey!" And he dropped something. It did sound a little delicate, but you kind of sit there just thinking on it for a time, and You just waste a bit of time.
Toydarians are a bit high strung. Well, let's see my new ship. And he emphasizes the my new ship.
So you make your way back. You see, God, I'm going to be asking this ship's name all the time. It
Skylark.
Is Skylark. Arrgh. I'm bad with names, and the weirder ones kind of get weird.
We have no cards.
Buy KNV. It's prepaid. So, you get to the ship. The hatch is ready for the input code, and you have the code.
So I'm going to insert the code and step aboard.
And as you step aboard, where's the first place you want to go?
I'm going to immediately head to engine bay and make sure everything's ready. Kind of start doing a pre-flight checklist.
All right. So, what is your mechanic skill? 2.
Oh, I should clarify. I'm also expecting that that's where the droid is to help me run the pre-flight checklist and make sure the ship's in good
Actually, it's
working order.
not there.
Okay, then I will search the ship for the repair droid.
So as you go around, you find in the lodge there is a droid that is actually sitting down in a chair, deactivated with a restraining bolt on it. You do see a bit of carbon scoring on it from the blaster shot, but the chassis seems to be decently repaired. Quite well done. You can't tell the internals, though.
Man, who would shoot an Astro? It's not an astromech.
Repair droid.
What model is it? A repair? Who would shoot a repair droid? I mutter as I turn on the droid, and also make sure I have the controller for the restraining bolt.
Alright, droid activates. Its eyes flicker up, head jumps back up, and starts moving around, not realizing he's sitting yet. Take it away, Jonas.
No, stop. Don't shoot. Wait. Where am I?
You're in your new home. Welcome to the Skylark. What were you saying about don't shoot?
Real quick. Jonas, didn't you say you had a thing for your voice? Are you using that, or did you forget about it? You don't have to use it, but it just sounds normal to me. We can go on without it. I was just going to let you know if you're using it, I don't hear it. Does anybody else hear a bit more robotic voice to his tone?
Negative.
No. Sounds like John.
Okay.
Okay, it seems like it has been bugged or something like that. So, for the time being, I do have one, but I had it activated and wasn't changing it, so...
Yeah,
okay.
He does have one to make him sound like a droid, and I was looking forward to it too, so... Hopefully he can get that working by the time next session goes up, but continue.
Yeah. When I opened the program, it asked for an update, so I'm assuming it just turned itself off. But yeah, so he's looking about, clearly confused, and he looks over at Desric, and he's like, "Shooting? You don't have a blaster."
No, but as I powered you on, you were crying, "Don't shoot." Not to mention there's more than a little bit of carbon scoring on your chassis.
Yeah. Accessing memory. Error. I don't remember.
Wonderful. When was the last time you had your memory wiped?
I don't remember.
The Toydarian probably had his friend do a memory wipe. Well, anyways, I assume you're a repair droid? We need to make sure the ship is ready for takeoff.
I could... He looks down at the restraining bolt and he's like, Oh, okay. I I take it you're my new master.
You don't sound particularly enthused by this arrangement, droid. What's your designation?
LE0P4. As meet as people usually refer to me as Leo.
Well, Leo, yes, I am your new master. But for now, this is your new home. And I kind of gesture to the Skylark. And I need to make sure she's in working order. Think you can get started with that?
Very well.
So as Leo gets up to start doing that, Desric's going to now head back to the engine compartment.
I take it Leo follows? Or is he doing something
Absolutely.
different? Okay. Take it-
As we pass Rose and Ileana, I tell them, lounge is that way, bunks are that way. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll start doing a check of the systems.
By the way, what model is the Skylark?
Skylark is a YT1300, fairly base model, maybe a few modifications, but nothing crazy.
Less visual, more, function.
Yeah, definitely. She's function over form.
I go straight for one of the bunks.
All right. I take it you two finally make it to the engine section.
Mhm.
Ellie's gonna take a walk around and kind of get the lay of the land.
Okay.
So I'll ask Leo, can you get started on checking the hyperdrive? I'll check sublight.
Okay. So, Leo, what is your response? Sorry.
Button?
Do you have a response to that?
He just goes right ahead and doesn't really respond.
Okay. Okay, so as the two of you begin your repair work, Leo, you notice that the main portion of the hyperdrive is gone. Not destroyed, just removed. And Desric, your propulsion system. There are also key components removed. It's like certain parts have been salvaged for who knows what.
Dang it, Cat! Can never trust a junk dealer.
I take it Leo informs him about the hyperdrive.
Oh.
Master? The hyperdrive appears to be largely missing.
Really? The hyperdrive too? Half of these sublight thrusters have been scavenged. Sounds like I need to go have a chat with my associate.
That would be wise.
So Desert's going to start to leave the engineering bay and then thinks twice about it and goes, Leo, run additional diagnostics. Let's make sure we're not missing anything else.
I had already planned to do that.
Great. I think this is going to work out well.
Okay.
And Desert's then going to go look for Ileana, as he recalled she had some mechanics knowledge.
Okay. Where do you two of you meet?
She's just gonna probably poking her head in that central corridor that leads to the gunwells if it's armed, and just gonna looking around.
The central gunwell?
Yeah.
Okay, as she takes a look in there, she can immediately see the well's still there, but they've been closed off. Usually this means there's been some damage and the blaster shield is closed to not let the space in, or the guns have been removed.
Oh, okay.
So Desric kind of comes with, good, found you. So, it appears my Tordarian friend has allowed parts of the ship to be salvaged. This is not the condition it's supposed to be in. We're going to have to do a little work before she's ready to fly off planet. Dude, I remember you saying you knew some things about mechanics.
I can turn a wrench or two.
Ever worked on a starship before?
Yes.
Well, why don't you meet up with Leo and see if you can't figure out what additional components are missing. I don't actually tell her what components we've identified thus far. And it's like, I'm going to go have a chat with Kat.
All right. I think I can work with this. I mean, she's newer than anything I've worked on, but I know the brand.
Um, uh, I don't know how to RP this. Like, Desric is not going to admit to the ship's age, but like they're gonna find out the ship's been there a while, right?
Well, the
Well,
YT-1300 series is actually an older series.
Yes.
I think the current newest one is at least 2400 plus.
Right, and that's what Warwick has, is the newest model.
Yes. So yeah, if she knows anything about ships, she's gonna know that this one's aged. At
Yeah,
least
exactly.
the model itself. How long this ship's been around, she won't know until she cracks into it.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
generally based on the scoring done on, use rather than just sitting here.
Yeah, like essentially from her point of view, she knows this is an older ship, and if she's saying that this is newer than anything she's worked on, that's might be saying something.
So Desric's just gonna kind of look at her sideways, like, this isn't a new ship, but okay, whatever, sure. And he's gonna go head off towards the off ramp to go have a chat with Kat.
All right, anybody else have any conversations?
No, I probably just have a look around because I don't know bugger all about ships other than like if there's any hidey holes, basically.
Okay.
Actually, is there any hidey holes? Any like smugglers' compartments and stuff?
You're gonna have to ask Desric on that one.
I just go and have a look, like try and investigate if there are any. I don't ask.
Also, since I send messages to you guys via Discord, private message, if you have a private message you want me to know about, send it to me. I'll try to keep up with them as best I can.
Cool.
But
Okay,
if
Ellie's
no
gonna
one's
go
got
looking for
any
Leo.
type of significant thing to do, I'm gonna go keep with Desmond right now.
All right, cool.
All right, so Des, you're
We'll,
off.
we'll get the names sorted for you one of these times.
Desric.
So I guess we'll just march over to Desric's and Kat's office. Kat, buddy, what's with the state of the Skylark?
Yeah, about that.
Kat, Warwick paid you to keep the ship safe. I come to pick up the ship, and it's missing its hyperdrive, sublight engines. How am I supposed to fly a ship with no sublight, Kat?
I've got parts. They're not as high quality, but I didn't have a choice. I got into bad dealings with the Hutt. Okay, you know how they are. They were going to take the entire Sarlacc.
Kat. The Hutts? Why were you dealing with the Hutts, Kat?
They pay good.
Okay.
Work hadn't been here in years to pick it up. I thought I'd have enough time to replace the parts.
Fine, fine. What do you have on hand?
On hand. Unfortunately, what I have on hand is already bought, but that hasn't been picked up yet. I can't.
And you're going to
Give
lecture
them-
me on the merits of selling something that's already paid for.
You're not as scary as Hut. That is Warwick.
So your customer's a hut. Perfect. Anybody else on this rock have the parts I need?
Just me. This is the only spaceport on Terrace. Well, this side of Terrace. Yeah, to get to the other side, you do need space pass, but I can guarantee you, he's not in business anymore.
Sounds charming.
It's a
I need a
cutthroat economy, okay?
I need a ship, Ket.
Look, I can say someone came and raided my storage, stuck me up. Or the Imperials
Right,
did it.
and you want to put me on the bad side of the huts? Come on now, you know I'm a better businessman than that.
These parts aren't owned by a hut. They're owned by some Rhodians.
I'm listening.
Look, these parts I have to sell. I can't get rid of them because they're my only parts. But I know a place where you can get the exact copies of what you got. And I know a place, and I know this guy. He can do a discount if you provide a service. It's nothing bad. It's right up your alley, actually. He needs 1 crate of your cargo.
So he's asking for a delivery, no questions asked.
Yes, and preferably not touched by your uncle's friends.
Uh,
The real deal.
well, I'm not my uncle. My uncle's friends aren't with me, as you can see.
And that already makes you a better businessman.
So, let's talk business. You have a comm?
Yes, I have a comm.
Ah,
If I have a
good,
spare comm, hell, take one.
good. And Desert takes the comm. Who's this contact?
He's part of the exchange, not a direct head. He more oversees certain goods. That's it. You get in these, you only pay 10%. That's damn good, Desric. Me, on the other hand, these are the last ones I've got. They're low quality, but I cannot get rid of them for anything less than 50,000 for all of them.
I understand, kid. I understand. You're a businessman. You need to make a profit. You understand I'm your customer, and you robbed me.
Technically, the Huts robbed you. They were going to take the whole ship. I got them to settle for just that. Fair deal, I say.
Fair deal if you cover the 10%.
Fair
You took
enough.
my parts, Ket.
Fair
All right.
enough. And once you're done with, once you get those pots and you bring your ship back, I'll exchange them for free and keep the old ones and give you a refund. I don't do refunds, but for you I will. Your uncle's good customer, yes.
All right, Ket. We can do business.
Okay. I assume you have your family's credit chip. So I'll just got my scanner right here, just take a swipe, and I'll install the parts. We can both get on our way.
Ket, you've already been paid.
Paid for storage, and the storage was only 10,000.
Storage,
Storage
which
was
you failed
10,000.
to do.
Storage was 10,000. Okay, I'll take 10,000 off. 40,000.
Desert doesn't have the chit though, right? Because of the
Nope.
car accident. Like, oh yeah.
Come on, Desmond. Your family easy has this. And I even offered refund. It's not a big deal. Just swipe your chip.
It would be a big deal if I had the chit on me, Ket.
Wait, what?
But my circumstances in getting here meant I had to travel light. This is for Warwick's ship, not a business ship.
That's odd. Work is all business. And I thought the
Or-
Minimans never left without some form of cash. Just in case.
Let's say I had a bumpy ride getting onto this planet.
Wait. You went on a transport, were you? You better not have been on the transport. The Imperials are looking for that. You're probably fine, but still. It's best to hang low. They own this planet,
Ket,
but
I'm always discreet. So,
no.
Give
They
me-
are really interested. Going overboard than usual. I don't know what's going on.
overboard.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Full on blockade. They let ships in, but not out. I don't know if they're looking for something, waiting for someone. I don't know what's going on, but there are troops landing all over the place. One in every city. And that's just the cities. They're going all around the place. They're already at the crash site. I have their comms. The scanner. You know how those work. But they're already at the ship. They're tearing it apart. They found a few bodies, but they know there's at least 3 more that survived.
Oh, bugger.
And they're looking for they're not being precise on it, but they're looking for some human female. That's all I know. They're not being too detailed, too much on the details.
Oh, fuck me.
Desert doesn't say anything. At least the two girls have avoided going inside the Ket. He makes a mental note. Don't let Ket see the girls.
I can totally see it now. They're going to be pointing at each other.
So, wait, if you were on that ship and there were 3 other survivors, are they with you?
During
Cat.
this conversation, I would like to, after I finish like scouring the ship and stuff, I want to like go outside and have a look at the condition outside of the ship.
You look at the ship itself or the area around it?
Yeah, just like look at the ship, like walk outside down the ramp so that Ket and that can see me while I'm like looking around the ship having a gander.
Okay. By the way, the ship looks like it's in pristine condition. Nice. It's been kept clean.
All right, yeah. That's
Right
probably
now,
as much as I get out of it.
Desmond, the way it works is the office back window is a single-sided window, so you can see out, but you can't see in. Whatever Cat is, his back is facing that mirror. Though
Alright.
Desmond, you can see Rose. And
Rose or Ileana?
wait, who walked out?
Me, Rose.
Oh yeah, Rose.
Okay.
I was about to say that it sounded like tough for a
All
second.
right. Sorry, missed it.
Okay, anyways, so at this point, Kat is talking about there were 3 others that survived the crash with you, right? Were they with you?
I came alone, Ket. I'm here to pick up the ship and go. Just give me the contact's name. I need to do the deal, and I need. You know who my customer is, Ket. The Empire's waiting for this. I don't have time.
Yeah, that's fine, but that's kind of cold-hearted of you, not checking on passengers. Look, you know I don't do bounty hunting and shit like that, but the all the contact info is in that comms. And if you need any other info, I can provide. You know I can. But either way, be careful. And if you do have those people with you, keep them out of sight. For you, I owe favor. I'll keep my mouth shut if I see any. I swear it.
Appreciated, Ket. Warwick sends his regards. And Desric like quickly shuffles out to like go get Rose back in the ship.
Yeah, I'm still outside just
Um,
looking at it. Probably around the engine bay now.
Leo is going to try and get into the ship's computers, so he doesn't have to traipse all the way around the ship. He can just communicate with a computer to
What
see
is he
what's
looking
missing.
for? Oh, he's just looking for what's missing?
Yeah, like so he can access all the systems at once,
Roger.
and yeah,
I'm not going to have you roll for this because I want you guys to know everything that's missing on the ship.
I have a
All
less.
the important.
Plus,
So-
your character, because he's a droid that's meant to work on the ship, anybody who's got the name of Millman, you automatically have
Milan.
to obey. Milan. I'm sorry. It literally looks
No
like
worries.
Millen.
We don't get.
I'm bad with names. But anybody who has Milan,
It's all
the
right.
name of Milan, it's in your little
The programming. Okay.
yes, to obey. Plus, because of that, you have all the codes to this ship, so you won't, unless someone's hacking this ship or have changed the codes, you won't ever need to do a computer check for this ship.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a bunch of systems, and you can tell me if they're present or not.
Roger.
Nav computer.
There, somewhat out of date. Actually, quite out of date.
Shields.
Installed.
Power.
Installed.
Hull.
Um,
Like, is all the hull plating still there?
100% integrity.
Engines.
Non-functional.
Sensors.
Functional.
Weapons.
Non-functional. Or non-installed,
Computers.
actually. Specific on computers.
What was that, sorry?
What specific for computers?
Like the, just like general computers, like the, stuff for like the, life support and that sort of stuff.
I assume comms array and hollow station as well.
Yeah.
Fully installed. Or functional at this point.
Okay, thank you. Everything seems to be in order, besides the stuff that isn't present anymore.
Actually, there are a few things that are missing that you haven't asked for yet.
Oh. Those would be...
I gotta remember specifically. So weapons are gone.
Hyperdrive thrusters.
Yeah, engines is the thrusters.
Mhm.
Hyperdrive we already know is non-functional. Damn it, when was it?
The primary buffer panel?
A spoiler?
Turbo flux encabulator.
No, it astrometrics. Not there's a difference between astrometrics and nav computer. Nav computer has the map, but it's the astrometrics that plot it.
Yeah.
But
Is that present?
astrometrics computer is non-functional, non-installed actually. I think there was one other thing missing, and it dealt with the cockpit. It was some type of regulator for power or something, allowing you to do that. So if something gets too much power, and you can shunt it elsewhere, that whatever that is, it's gone. I can't remember what it was, and I actually had it. Was it capacitor? No, you can mess with power with capacitor, but it doesn't shunt. Fuck. Either way, if you get a power overload, you'll have to manually shunt it. You can't automatically do it.
I'm going to list it down as power distributor.
Yes, that would be the perfect thing to do.
And that's gone.
Non-functional. Installed, just not functional. Basically wear and tear.
He has a list of things to do in that.
And that's actually everything.
Okay, cool. He's
Okay,
going
so
to wander out to try and find Desric.
All right, where's Desert?
So Desric is walking hastily back to Rose and kind of grabs her by the elbow and you need to get on the ship now.
Real quick, what is Ileana doing?
She was wandering around looking for Leo.
Okay. Did you want to have a conversation with Leo first?
I get the feeling he's kind of in a hurry to speak to Desric. Maybe they just missed each other.
Okay, so we'll
They're
let...
just going around like that circle area and the lights hitting.
You leave left, I come in right. Don't.
It's like Tom and Jerry, but in a circle.
Where is that droid?
Okay, so...
It's not that big a ship.
Exactly.
So Desert catches Rose outside the ship and like gently but firmly grabs her by the elbow. We need to get you inside now.
Aw. And I just like, yeah, go with.
As he gets on the ship, Desert calls out, Ileana, where are you?
Inside looking for your darn droid.
Forget the droid for a minute. We need to talk.
Fine. I'm in the engineering section, I think.
So Desert's gonna kind of walk past engineering and head towards the lounge. You two are gonna want to hear this. So
Okay.
and walk to the lounge. So apparently, the imps aren't taking things. How shall we say? They're not taking this laying down. They are really interested in finding any survivors of the ship. Specifically, they're looking for a female human. And I guess they're not being very discriminating on what that female human looks like or age.
Real quick. Based on when he said that they're allowing ships in but not out, they assume that she's either already on the planet or about to arrive, so they're not sure if she's even here yet. Basically.
Right, but they're sending people planet side to look for this person.
Just in case they missed her.
Yeah. So apparently there's a lot of heat and a lot of attention being paid to all female humans planet side right now. They're landing troops in every major city searching to see if anyone has turned up from the ship. And according to my contact, who apparently has scanner frequencies for the Imperial comms, they've already located the ship. We need to keep you two low. I don't know if the Empire is interested in one of you in particular, or if they just don't care and would get either of you. There's a problem. One of the two of you is wanted by the Empire, and not in a good way.
I look towards Ileana. I'm like, well then, I think we're. I think.
You broke up there. Please repeat.
Oh, sorry. I go to Ileana and I'm like, I think we're gonna be good friends. Yes.
Sure. I don't know why the hell they'd want me.
Well, nor I. So that will be interesting.
Desric is really does not believe what Rose has to say. She's like hiding in a compartment on public transport, but at the same time, remembering the incident in the hospital, he's not really ready to push it yet. But he kind of instinctively trusts that it's not Ileana that the Empire's looking for. For the time being, it's probably best that you two don't show your faces in public. At least, not without covering up a bit.
If only I had my poncho. Ah.
I don't know if Warwick left anything on the ship. He doesn't carry much in the way of clothes, but check the and he gestures towards the kind of cabin space. Check the cabin. We occasionally take passengers. Maybe somebody left a robe or something.
Cool.
But
I immediately go check.
so that was
Okay.
Rose who went to go check.
Yeah, I just leave when you say that. You're like,
Alright,
oh, I
give
think
me a
there's
bit.
robes. There you go.
So as Rose takes off, is Leo nearby?
He just walks in. Ah, there you are.
I was just gonna say, there you are.
Ah, very well. What'd you find, Leo?
Your friend has removed quite a bit from this ship by the looks of it.
Yeah, I saw at least the engines and the hyperdrive. What else is missing?
Astrometrics is not installed. Most of the other engines aren't functional. Weapons are not present. The power distributor in the cockpit is missing or non-functional. The other systems are installed, but likely out of date. He clearly hasn't been running diagnostics.
Well, it's been sitting in storage a while. I only had my family's credit sheet. Normally the name gets you plenty far enough. Well, I can get the engine components, but I need to do a job. And well, I'm a little short on hands at the moment. I see a card floating around. Where is that card going?
I was zoomed so far in I couldn't see where the hell I was going. I'll get you a copy, but this is what's found.
Okay. Normally I don't take too many of these types of jobs. This was more my uncle's purview, but I need to do a delivery
Anyway,
discreetly.
those cards are what was found in the thing. Sorry for the interrupt, by the way. Said you got to do a job discreetly.
Yep. So normally I don't take on much crew, but as it is, we need the two girls to lay low, and we've got a doctor now, so I need to do let's just call it a transport. No questions asked. I need you guys to, particularly Leo, Ileana. I know I may not be the most popular one in the group, but if we want to get off planet, I need some help. And that means you have to be willing to work with me.
That figure of speech does not apply to me.
Quickly, in the room, is there like some robes or like a hooded poncho or something?
I dropped them on your character sheet.
Oh, hold on. I'll quickly check.
Were multiple found? Is that why you provided one to me as well?
It's your ship.
Ah, gotcha.
And I guess Leo would know as well, so since he searched it.
Yeah, no worries. If there's more than one, I'd like one. I'd like to give one to Ileana as well. But if it's just the one, then I guess Rose is probably. Desric suspects that it's Rose, so he'll want Rose to take them first.
There's about 3 of each, actually. Your uncle thought it best and just in case. However,
Okay, well, as far as the conversation, she's just
we're gonna call them that they're old. They've definitely been used. So let's just say they can provide concealing, but they're not really good in the fight.
Understood. So wear them over whatever else you're wearing.
right.
So has Rose reappeared with her discovery?
I'm still trying to pick what I want to wear.
Are we
Decisions with
expecting
fashion.
Yeah.
danger?
None was mentioned, but with these sorts of jobs, you never know. Usually it's a simple pick up at A, deliver to B. Usually, though, they want you to avoid customs or any imperial entanglements.
Okay, that
right.
was the hour and a half. Let's finish this segment up fast, like 5 minutes. If you don't think you can do that, we'll actually have to
Yep.
call it here.
I can do that.
All right. I come back quickly, and I come back with like because like what I usually wear is quite slim. This is like a little bit more baggy and stuff. I come back with like a jacket and like the jacket's like hooded basically, and it's got like a mask that goes with it. So I've got the mask with it.
Did you bring back any other robes for Ileana?
I take off the mask and I'm like, oh shit, and I go back. I get the robes.
Okay, while she's off rummaging around again, it's just all right. Look,
Yeah, I come back quickly. I'm like,
Okay.
There's some robes. They might suit your fancy, yeah,
Ileana. Yes, thank you.
Ileana. Yes.
All right, look. Yes, I'll work with you, but eventually we're going to have a conversation here about certain things that were discussed in the hospital. In the meantime,
Okay.
I want to let the doctor know that we need to get going.
Well, I don't think this job's going to be done with the ship. So, yeah. Does anybody have comms? I say, pointing up to lifting my newly acquired comm device.
Is your
I-
ship working?
Oh, Rose hasn't gotten up to speed, has she?
No, I like check my comm and it's like destroyed.
Okay, 30-second version. Junk dealers aren't always trustworthy. Parts were taken off the ship. We have a plan to go get more parts. It requires doing a business negotiation. I can handle business negotiations, but I need a crew. So, congratulations, you're hired. And he tosses
Hooray!
her a mess back. We'll need to get you comms, and I need to go meet with this contact. Is that a good enough place to wrap up, Zeke, or do we want to go any
If
further?
anybody has anything else to say,
No, I kind of like nod and I'm like, ooh, an adventure. It's been a while.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And that's
You
where we
and
cut
me
it.
You and
both.
both.
Leo, we're good. This is gonna work out.
This is awesome.
all right. And with that, we are going to wrap up today's episode. Heavy on the story, particularly since I had to get two characters in. Rose, aka Toughman, who
Yes.
actually had to do something for family and came in after
Yes.
the 2 hour mark. And Leo, aka Jonas, he was actually here the whole time. But because of the way they decided to do his story, he was on Desric's, aka Overkill's ship. And I kept trying to, like, okay, guys, get to the ship, get to the ship. I'm literally sending messages to Overkill on Discord. Finish it up, get to the ship.
Yeah, I tried. In case you didn't notice, I had to go off on a major tirade to get the Rose to
Yeah,
behave.
and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
deny that was so worth it. That
Yes.
was beautiful.
I got
Beautiful.
information that I wanted, so
I was like, I did not know what to do. I'm like, I'm just gonna yell at her. I'm supposed to be like, right, Desric is supposed to be the smooth talker, knows what to do, right? And it's like, nope, I'm done. I'm just done. I killed somebody. I got shot at. I'm just done.
Apparently, she
Oh, yeah,
knows
that's
how to
right, you
get under
guys-
skin.
you guys shot things. Oh yeah, that's right.
She didn't shoot
Yeah.
anything. She was trying to avoid that, having no
So,
idea that he was going to start
technically,
shooting.
And I had
Ileana's
no idea my blaster had a stun setting. I'm like, I don't want to, like, I didn't even want to pull it out. And I'm like, he's gonna call in the Empire, and we're hosed.
He actually did. That's why the Empire got there so fast. They had the exact coordinates.
I love that. Just I could see a conversation later on down the line where Ileana's telling him, just flick the damn switch. It's like, maybe he didn't
Alright.
know it.
Okay,
He's at
so
the
I'm gonna-
it is getting late. I do have to end the stream. So thank you guys. This was fun. To everybody who is in the stream right now or even watches this as a recording, thank you guys very much. My main channel is on YouTube, even though I'm using Restream to go to both YouTube and Twitch. So definitely check me out on both. If you enjoyed this, I'm at least going to try to do this every Wednesday, but I have the next, starting Saturday, I have Saturday through Thursday off. So if these guys' schedules meet up, I'll see if we can't do a stream then. Maybe a surprise stream. Keep in touch. I'll be posting, at least on my YouTube channel, for the next session. But until then, thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Later.